Shut up, not this time. Hands on heart, eyes up high. We were made to testify. Charlie and Mike, Charlie and Mike, God and country, we stand right. Truth on fire, we won't hide. USA, USA, side by side. Let them hear us clear and loud. One small voice can move a crowd. Charlie and Mike, Charlie and Mike, God and country, we stand right. Truth on fire, we won't hide. USA, USA, side by side.
Yo, is that time again? There you be.
That's
How's
funny.
everybody
That's
doing?
awesome. I wanted some kind of dancing hula girl or something, but no, boom, there's your face, larger than life. And it just startled me and made me pee a little bit. You scared me.
That sounds like that's an old man problem right there. I'm not a hula girl, and I hope I'm sorry I disappointed you. But
No.
so people are
Let's not talk about your coconuts.
Well, it is what it is.
Hello, my friend. I'm Charlie Simons. That's Mike Cook, Patriot Mike, and we're on right now, Charlie and Mike, and we talk about it. That's what we do. We take stories that are going on, whatever's happening right now. I'm in California, so I'm kind of California-centric because I know all of you in the United States of America, outside of California, you probably have no idea what we're doing. You probably have no idea because the media keeps it quiet and they don't let you know exactly how nutty and ridiculous and out of control it is here. So I'm here to fill in the blank for you and let you know all this.
Except for Spencer Pratt, we're all going to go vote for him.
I love that idea. I hope that's actually true. I hope that happens. And I love your theory too, because I keep saying, no, I have zero trust in California voters. My own fellow Californians, no, we suck. We're ridiculous. Republicans don't show up. Our primary election, where is it right here? Where's my little pamphlet? It's next
California is a
Tuesday.
great place to be from. I'll tell you
Here's
right
our
now.
primary election. That's happening this next Tuesday, June 2nd. And I'm telling you right now,
speaking of elections,
Republicans don't show up.
There's an election happening right now, or wrapping up right now in Texas. I forgot about that. We even talked preliminarily before the show about stuff. That totally blew my mind.
How many people did President Trump endorse in these primary elections in other states, these midterm elections, and how many of them won?
All of them.
Exactly.
He's 100%.
Wasn't it like 37 of them? I'm like, dude, this is fantastic. Oh, that's so. What happened in Texas? What's going on?
I don't know. It's just wrapping up just now. As far as I know,
they had an election today.
Today, yeah, Cornine and Paxton were running, and yeah, I totally. Let's see, we got Al Green is out. Al Green is out in Carolinas. The one with the cane. He's been defeated by another Democrat in the primaries. Ken Paxton is winning by 61% right now as we talk, with 30% of the vote in. This post is from 7:48, so that's almost 45 minutes old. So, we'll see what happens. I don't see any updated.
Did President Trump endorse anyone running in that election in Texas?
Yes, Paxton. He endorsed Paxton.
And
like I said,
you don't have the results yet.
Ken Paxton is the projected winner of the Republican Party runoff in U.S. Senate. So he's this is This
The
is
projected winner, you said?
yes. This
That's
is
that
election time.
exit polling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's saying he won. So I don't know.
Welcome everybody. If you're it's saying he won. Okay, this is excellent. Welcome everybody.
So that's another
Wherever you're watching
endorsement from
on Facebook, Facebook Patriot Mike's Facebook page. If you're watching on both my YouTube channels or on Mike's YouTube channel or on our Rumble, rumble.com/do not talk, rumble.com/Patriot Mike Show. The comments are open for you right now if you want to chime in with anything at all. And we're going to ask for your input coming up just a little bit. Choose Charlie's news. I have several stories. I'm going to list them off, and then whichever one gets the highest amount of votes in the chat room, I'll go into that. And we got a new feature on the show today too. This is a new addition. I call it the cuss bell. Because yes, I'm a Christian, but sometimes words slip out. So if you hear this, you'll know what I was thinking. How about that? That'll be our little just a little code between you and me, and Mike makes 3. Thank you for tuning in, sharing these shows, liking these shows. If you could hit that like button right now, we sure would appreciate it. Wherever you're watching, hit that like button. And if you comment, that helps with the algorithms too. And the algorithm is a real deal. And Rumble and all the other ones, if you start commenting 5 words or more, which is ridiculous, anything less is counted as a bot. It's just insane what we have to deal with trying to gain some traction to get some audience. And they monetize, they'll share monetization with us. They share a portion of the advertising. So as Mike said last week, if you actually watch the commercial at the beginning of the show, that helps. It's just 30 seconds out of your life. Instead of fast forwarding through it or skipping it, it actually helps. It makes a difference, at least on Rumble. All right.
Let me just add, if you're watching and you see me all nice and clear because I have really high speed internet, and Charlie's just a little fuzzy around the edge because he's way out there in the middle of the desert in California in a bunker somewhere, and he has very, very poor internet connection. So
true story. True. Santa Fe, Texas, checking in. Hello, Joe Johns 123. He voted for Paxton. Hello from Santa Fe, Texas. I didn't know there was a Santa Fe, Texas.
Yeah, there is. They probably had it first.
Meherzog, I guess, can't use that cuss bell for me because all you would hear is bells. That's how I was before I got saved. I didn't get saved until later in life. I was 31. Before that, I used to cuss like a merchant marine who had retired from being a truck driver or something like that. My stupid mouth was dang ridiculous.
I suffered from the potty mouth even after being saved for a long time. And now I've pretty much got it licked, except sometimes I'll use it intentionally.
That's what the cuss spell is all about. Because I take seriously in the word, it says, do not use coarse language. And I think that the F word is just about as coarse as you can get, unless you put mother in front of it, and then it's the ultimate. And I'm not going to do anything to use the Lord's name in vain, ever. My Lord Christ Jesus is not a cuss word.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I was listening to Robin Bullock. Robin Bullock. And he said he was praying and he was mad because he was out somewhere and somebody was saying GD this and GD that. It was making him mad. And he was praying and God said to him, why you mad? And he says, you acting like somebody cussed out your mama. He goes, that's not what bothers me. This is what God says. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is that they're calling me a liar because I've never damned anyone anywhere. Because he doesn't see GD is damning if you say GD this hammer, you're damning that hammer. And God
hell.
Says I've never that
used to be the full phrase, GD to hell. And you're right. You're telling God to damn something to hell. And what you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. What you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. So words are extremely important. And I have to keep that in mind.
Yep. So what is your list of stuff you want to talk about? I know what I'm going to talk about.
Okay, you want to try that now then? Okay, choose Charlie's news.
You got to tell the list for them people to give you your list,
I
right?
know. Here we go. Arrests are happening, which frankly, I'm going to tell that story anyway. Climate crap. Garden Grove, what's happening in California down in SoCal with that leaking tank that's about to explode close to Disneyland. Pride, because we are just a couple of days away from Pride Month. And
that's stuff. You ring the bell for stuff.
For stuff, yeah, sure. Okay, that's it. Pride stuff. Yeah.
I got some Pride stuff too to bounce off of him too.
Arrests are happening, climate crap, Garden Grove, or Pride. There you go. So
he just wanted to use the bell.
I did. I did because it's a new toy now, so I'm just going to play it until you get sick of it.
So in the comment section, say which one you want to hear, and that's the one we'll talk about first. When
arrests are
Charlee
happening,
climate crap, what are we calling it?
Grove. Huh? Oh, choose Charlie's news. Choose Charlie's news.
Choose Charlie's news. When you choose Charlie's news, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So I've got Mike's news for the day while we're waiting on you to choose Charlie's news.
Okay.
So put him out there. Put it out there one more time, real quick, so everybody knows what we're talking about.
I have to put my eyes on again. You keep making me wear glasses, and I hate wearing them.
Just read the headlines real quick.
Arrests are happening. Climate crap. Garden Grove. Or Pride.
So there you go. Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
So here we're gonna do this one. If you watch the Patriot Mike show, you've probably seen this one already. But those Charlie fans out there may not have seen this. But this was 60 Minutes, and they were interviewing this guy who is he wrote a book about the Great Depression. He's an expert on the Great Depression. And here's what he has to say.
There are some economists who suggest that because Mr. Trump ties his success to the success of the market, that he's not going to let anything like what happened in 1929 happen, and that we should feel secure because of that.
I think it's hard to know how things get out of control. When confidence disappears, it happens like this.
So you spent nearly 10 years on this book. The inevitable question is, do you think that we will have a crash or not?
The answer is we will have a crash. I just can't tell you when, and I can't tell you how deep. But I can assure you, unfortunately, I wish I wasn't saying this, we will have a crash.
What a prognosticator. Amazing.
Yeah,
like the stock market never crashes and it's kind of never a regular thing. This guy's brilliant.
It's almost kind of like back in 2019 when they were saying, when Dr. Fauci was saying, there will be a pandemic. I don't know when, but there'll be one. We can assure there's going to be a pandemic. It's almost like that. And what would make me think that way? I mean, well, so I looked up this guy's name's Andrew Ross Sorkin, Sorkin. And I thought, who is this dude? I ain't never seen him before. Well, that's because I don't watch the channels he's on. But here, let's just look this real quick. His is Wikipedia. Now, we take Wikipedia with a grain of salt. But on this particular case, it's probably pretty accurate.
If he's a leftist, it will be accurate. If he's not, he won't be.
February 19th, 1977 is when he was born. He's an American journalist and author. He is a financial columnist for the New York Times. I'm sure he's right-leaning, right? And a co-anchor of CNBC's Squawk Box. He's the founder and editor of DealBook, a financial news service published by the New York Times. He wrote the best-selling book, Too Big to Fail, a co-produced movie adaptation of the book for HBO Films, and is also co-creator of Showtime series Billionaires. But that's not the best part. He goes to all this stuff, all the things that he's done, and television and Too Big to Fail and awards. This is the one I want. See, he shared the Great Loeb Award of 2005 for Deadline writing. Wow. He earned another for Business Book of 2010 for his book Too Big to Fail. He also won Society of American Business Editors and Writers Award for breaking news in 2005 and 6 and 7. The World Economic Forum named him a young global leader. Also in 2007, SiliconAlleyInsider.com named Sorkin one of New York's most influential scribes. In 2008, Vanity Fair magazine named Sorkin one of the 40 new members of the Next Establishment. He appeared on the UGA Federation. UJA. Stop. Sorry. You know, GA. The letters don't matter to a dyslexic guy. 2013 list of 40 under 40 top movers and shakers in the Jewish community. So he's a Jew, so we know there's a problem there. He is a member of the Council of Foreign Relations. In 22, he won an Emmy Award for his New York interview with WeWoke founder Adam Newman. We woke, whatever, same thing.
With Adam Newman, yeah.
Yeah, so he's a member of the World Economic Forums and the Council of Foreign Relations. So I'm sure that's just a one-off statement when he makes a statement like that.
He wrote a book on it, so that makes it brilliant.
Makes him something, anyways. So that's my story right there. Nothing to worry about, folks. There's going to be a Great Depression as soon as they can force it on Trump so they can get him out of office or something. So what story y'all want to hear? What story do y'all want to hear? People are loving
the overwhelming votes were for arrests are happening.
He said arrest. I mean, he froze right there for a second.
Was my YouTube screen, my Wi-Fi dagnabbit.
Just for a second.
Let's start off with this. Anyone know Bill Asaley? Everybody in the media says his name wrong. I hear his name mispronounced all the time. And now he's the U.S. prosecutor. He's I think deputies like, what do you call it when you've been appointed, but it's not official, which I think President Trump is really
acting.
Yeah, he's really getting around a lot of stuff here by doing this acting thing. And it's brilliant. And as Bill Asaley, who was an assemblyman in California and a very effective one, and a very good one, and I hated to lose him as a representative of we the people here in Cali, but now he's doing the big stuff for President Trump. Check this out.
Department of Justice taking action and prosecuting the fraudsters that we tell you about every week. So listen to this.
You put the wrong one up. Let's put this one up.
No, I didn't. No, I put the right one up.
Well, why is it
totaling over 300?
I don't know. That was weird.
This is a Fox News alert. The Department of Justice taking action and prosecuting the fraudsters that we tell you about every week. So listen to this. The DOJ announcing that over the past 7 days, the Department of Justice has taken enforcement action in fraud schemes totaling over $340 million. And here are several of the alleged fraudsters that were arrested just this week across several states. The DOJ also secured several court victories. Listen to some of these. Now, in California, a former teacher admitted that she conspired to steal tens of millions in Medicare funds. Over in Missouri, a chiropractor was sentenced to 8 years in prison after allegedly issuing fraudulent prescriptions for powerful pain medications with no legitimate medical purpose. Now, he has been ordered to repay $4.7 million to Medicaid, Medicare, TRICARE. And then down in Texas, an illegal immigrant admitted, quote, to theft of government funds and aggravated identity theft using a stolen identity. She submitted immigration petitions on behalf of family members and obtained disability and Medicare benefits. Meanwhile, Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. highlighted the Trump administration's ongoing effort to target healthcare fraud in the state of California.
Let's get to California.
Down 500
Here we go.
offices in Los Angeles, and incidentally, we haven't had one call from Congress or anybody else about complaining because clearly these were fraudulent.
Joining me now, the man leading the charge, First Assistant U.S. Attorney for Central District of California, Bill Asaley. Bill, you heard RFK Jr. there. You are in a state where this hospice fraud is apparently rampant. He hasn't had calls that people are missing out on their hospice care. And we covered a hospice facility in California where I believe it was 97% of the people lived. It's doing real miracle work out there. What are you finding as you prosecute these guys?
Right.
We are finding just a tremendous amount of fraud. We did just a couple weeks ago a huge takedown on hospice fraud with Dr. Oz, where in one day we arrested 15 people for over $50 million of healthcare fraud. That's one day's work. What we're seeing, Kaylee, is basically in California, I call it the kingdom of fraud, nobody's minding the shop. The money just goes out the door, no checking, no vetting, and I want to be very clear, California has a responsibility to make sure the money's going to the intended recipients. The federal government provides most of the dollars, but it's states like California that administer these programs. And so whether that's hospice, which is licensed and regulated through the state of California, or home health care, which is another area we're seeing a tremendous amount of fraud, or employment benefits during COVID, California gave out $30 billion in fraud because they didn't even verify basic information on the applications. There is no checks, there's no vetting, and there's no checking, and the money's just going out the door.
I've asked a question to Dr. Oz and then to Andrew Ferguson, who's on the White House task force, about whether they have spoken to Gavin Newsom. And maybe you could write it off and say, oh, Gavin Newsom doesn't want to talk to the White House and Andrew Ferguson because he's on the task force. But you are the district attorney on the ground in California. Have you spoken to Gavin Newsom?
No. I've not heard a peep from him. He's got this troll account on Twitter that likes to spew comments, but that's all we hear from him is just trolling and mocking. He mocked Nick Shirley. He mocked our prosecutions. And then the next day you have his attorney general coming out and doing the exact thing we're talking about, which is fraud. So they don't know what to do, Kaylee. I think they're flailing a little bit. They wanted to not shine a light on the magnitude of the fraud. We're past that now. So now they're shifting, trying to make it look like they're serious about it. They're not serious. The legislature just had an opportunity in California last week to do, or this week, to do a task force and do some oversight, and the legislature voted it down. They're not interested in talking about fraud because it's an indictment on their government, on their policies and their practices, and they don't want to do anything about it. They just want to spend government tax dollars.
And when he mocks Nick Shirley, and when he mocks you, and when he mocks the work of prosecuting fraudsters, he's really mocking the American people, the taxpayer. We all paid our tax bills
Exactly.
Wednesday.
Great point. Great point. That's exactly what they're doing. And now they got the Stop Nick Shirley Act, AB 2623, something like that. The what?
It'll pass. The Stop Nick Shirley Act. It'll pass.
It probably will. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because Rob Bonta is our attorney general. He's the one that's supposed to be prosecuting all this fraud stuff. He's the one that's supposed to be going after them. He's not. He has not. And his wife, who took his spot when he got. Let me see if I can run this down here. Xavier Becerra, one of the stupidest, most ridiculous people to ever hold public office, was our attorney general in California. And then he got stolen away by Joe Biden. Slow Joe made him Health and Human Services, something like that. Who cares? And then that opened up that seat, that assembly seat, right? So Rob Bonta, he gets snagged for attorney general, and his wife, Mia, decides she's going to run for that seat. And the stupid people in the San Francisco Bay Area, Oakland, Emeryville, all that, said, yeah, we'll put her in there. She's never done anything like this. Fantastic. Give us Mia Bonta. We voted for Rob, so we'll vote for his wife. They do that kind of crap here. They did it with
they did that here in Missouri years ago.
Doris Matsui is another fine example. California is just retarded that way. And so now we got an attorney general.
You could have ended. Sorry, you could have ended with California's retarded. You didn't have to say that way.
You're right. In a story. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'll just shut up after that. California's retarded.
That just solved the problem. Now that
it's happening, though. That's the exciting thing, Mike, because a lot of people on our side have been actually demoralized and downright depressed that nothing's happening. They thought there were going to be all these arrests right away, and they were going to clean up the They've already cleaned up the DOJ. They've already cleaned up the FBI, which is part of the Department of Justice. They've already cleaned up so many different things. Our president has a plan. He's a little distracted with some world affairs right now, but we got to trust this. The arrests will happen. As I've been saying to my own fellow conservatives, we still have all these dirty, filthy judges in place, and we've seen what they do when we do try and prosecute. Look what happened with James Comey, Mr. former FBI director, and Letitia James in New York. One judge goes, "Yeah, no, that's not happening."
But see the seditious conspiracy charge out of Florida, that's the one that everybody's going to get. That's the one they're scared to death of. Let me show you something else about draining the swamp. The arrest. Arrest going to happen. When the arrest going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm hearing it all the time. I'm not even going to vote in the midterms. I'm going, then you need to get out of my face right now. I don't even want to. We're not friends anymore. I've canceled that friendship.
My toys and go home. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. That's what it is. That's
so here's the thing though. I don't have it pulled up, but there's a report out there that the GOP party is sitting on $193 million in their campaign fund for the upcoming midterm elections.
The National Party.
The National Party, the GOP.
Yeah.
The DNC is sitting on 10 million or so. Maybe it's a little more than that, but they're 17 million in debt. So they got a net
That's from the Kamala Harris debacle. That's right. They're $17 million in debt.
It's more than that, though. You see, the Democrats have always outraised the Republicans. Always. The last election cycle, Donald Trump raised like $900 million. He spent like half of it. Still killed. It's like Pratt out there in California. When you know the media, you know the media. But the DNC had $3 billion. Joe Biden raised $2 billion, and Kamala raised another $1 billion. They had $3 billion, and they blew it all. But now they can't raise a thing. You know why that is? Because they got rid of the 100 or the million or so dead, non-existent people collecting payroll from the government. They got rid of the million or so dead, non-existent people getting Social Security. They got rid of USAID. They got rid of a couple other organizations. They're getting all this frauds being shut down in all Ohio and Minneapolis, St. Paul, and California, all these places. You got Dr. Oz just cutting. Look, if you don't give us the paperwork we're looking for, just cut you off. We ain't giving you a check. You ain't get no check. Well, that's all their money laundering operation. They cut off all the money to Ukraine. They've cut off all the money to Iran.
Don't forget Hollywood.
Oh, and Hollywood too.
Don't forget Hollywood. Hollywood was always, especially with Obama and Clinton, millions, even billions, Hollywood clowns.
USAID.
Now Hollywood is sucking hinds, and they can't even afford to give money to their own Democrat party. This is brilliant.
And they're screaming, "You cut off Sesame Street." Oh, no. We cut off your funding. That's what you're pissed off about. So just a little inside baseball. We were set up. We had some technical difficulties on Charlie's side. We had to get that all worked out. While we're doing that, I needed to do a sound check so you could hear me. So I was doing my NPR impersonation.
Let's hear it. I missed it. So I couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it. It was, "Welcome to NPR. Charlie and Mike. Let's talk about it with the wonderful expert, 30 years in broadcasting, Charlie Simons." That's the NPR.
All things considered.
Yeah.
That was a crappy news program.
When you want to go to sleep, don't listen to it when you drive down the road.
I know it's dangerous.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dr. Oz. So here's one from, since we're talking about him, right? Here's one from Dr. Oz. Always remember, I'm not on my show, so I got to add ourselves back to the screen. Here we go.
I like Mark Cuban. I've always liked him, but this is a mistake. And once Trump puts his name on prescriptions, we're all going to die. Okay.
Unfortunately, we still have no medications for Trump derangement syndrome on Trump, but we're working.
Oh man, you gotta love them.
Some of the best. These guys are some of the best in the business.
I know.
Dr. Oz and Dan Bongino was in there for a little while. just the best in the business. Here is speaking of best in the business. Here is RFK Jr., the snake wrangler. Have you all seen this one? This is crazy. If you're squeamish about snakes, look away.
Look away. Why? Somebody says, why?
So what are they?
Ah, got him.
Well, they were having sex.
Got him.
So what were they?
What were they? They're still alive. He got bit again right then. Those are strong.
You're supposed to grab them by the head so they can't bite you.
Right. Normally. He's a city kid. Got bit again. Got bit again.
He's doing it wrong.
Dang, he's getting it. It's like he's trying to hang on to Medusa. Snakes intertwining is the medical symbol. Good point, Kelly Fiddle.
You know what I would be doing with the snakes is woo 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 over the wall.
Hey, Paxton won in Texas, according to a report we just got from Jay Boland.
So he's giving his speech, the speech. So that's good. That's another one.
So that's 38 for 38 now. Trump endorsements.
And most importantly,
and by the way, he endorsed Steve Hilton to win governor of California.
Oh, good.
Republican Steve. Not really. I wish he wouldn't have done that. I'm a Bianco guy myself, but
well, I understand. Maybe he'll get a good job somewhere in the California administration.
Yeah, I think that would be very, very good. He's been an extraordinary sheriff in Riverside County down to SoCal.
So, when Trump endorsed Paxton, it pissed off everybody in the Senate. The Senate is now shut down to Trump. They said they're going to fight Trump at every step of the way. Thune and Murkowski and all of those knuckleheads. They're all pissed
I can't wait to see them gone.
I know, right? It's gonna. I can't either. And I got one more here, and then we'll go back to you, and because you got several stories you want to talk about. Did you see this one? So there's a volcano going off in the Philippines. Not that anybody cares. However, did you see this?
I have friends there.
Watch closely.
Okay.
Did you see it?
That was a laser. That was a freaking laser.
No, that was a meteorite, but whatever. Kind of looks like, if you're a sci-fi fan, kind of looks like a plasma pulse.
Proton torpedo, photon torpedo.
They got the camera on the volcano, and just out of nowhere, here comes this meteorite slamming into the ground.
Dang.
Pretty wild, ain't it?
That is cool. That's an amazing shot. And of course, all the conspiracy theorists will freak out over that for years to come.
Well, as long as you have your roof painted blue when the meteorite comes in, it just bounce off.
You mock, but I believe that's true.
I do mock. I do mock.
And that's why all the libbies are, and they believe it too. That's why they're buying blue cars now. Have you noticed well, not you, you're in Missouri, but there's a proliferation.
We don't buy cars, we buy trucks.
Yeah, exactly. There's all of a sudden a proliferation of blue cars in California. Okay, speaking of California, you want to find out what's going on at Garden Grove?
Hey, let me ask you: does Prius sell blue cars? I don't. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, they got them. Okay, here's the story in Garden Grove, California. This is down in your browser's having trouble sharing your son of a gun. Oh, it's because someday, Mike, it'll be so exciting when I actually have a real good computer. And
if anybody wants to donate a couple $100 to Charlie to get a new computer, you can get a good computer, because all mine are bought this way off of like Amazon or even Walmart, reconditioned, couple-year-old computer.
I can't take your Patriot Mike volcano story down, and I can't post anything else until you take
my
that.
My story's down. See, it's down. I got it.
No, I mean, you have to take it from out of queue. You have to remove it.
Highway robbery, I won't pay. Well, let me get that.
Those little 3 dots there. So anyway, okay, I'm going to proceed as if nothing's going wrong right now. See, somebody just wrote in the chat room they have a blue Tesla, or their brother has a blue Tesla. So,
well, that's okay.
Good on you. Okay, here's the story about a man named Brady. Yep, see, it won't bring it up.
Hold on. Try it now. We were doing it the other day just fine like that.
We were. You're right, we were. This is frustrating. And every time it goes to custom files, and I have to click on all files, and then I have to double click the story. And now it says your browser's having trouble sharing your son of a
bing, bing, bing.
Okay, this time for surezies. Thank you for your patience. Most evacuations have been lifted for residents in Garden Grove after authorities determined that the threat of a catastrophic toxic chemical tank explosion has been eliminated. It was like 40,000, 50,000 people remain under evacuation orders. 44,000 were evacuated, where the hazardous materials crisis at GKN Aerospace began Thursday. But here's what they say. What happened and why they're relaxing that now. Let me show you. This is going to blow you away. This is what they have been, the threat they've been living under right here. Oh, come on.
Chemical crisis. 44,000 people have been evacuated. Fire officials are saying the tank will fail. They just don't know when. And if it explodes, Disneyland is 7 miles away. Where is this place? So let's talk about where exactly this is happening. Because the location makes this way scarier than people realize. 12122 Western Avenue, Garden Grove, California. That's in Orange County,
that's 2
about
towns
35 miles south of downtown Los Angeles, right in the heart of one of the most densely populated corridors in the entire country. We're not talking about some remote industrial zone in the middle of nowhere. We're talking about a facility sitting inside a web of suburbs, highways, schools, and theme parks. What is this place? The facility is owned by GKN Aerospace, one of the largest aerospace manufacturers in the world. They make structural components for commercial and military aircraft, engine parts, fuselage sections, wing components. This isn't a random chemical warehouse. This is a precision aerospace plant that uses industrial-grade chemicals. In its manufacturing process, including a substance called methyl methacrylate, MMA. It's the base compound used to make acrylic glass, plexiglass, resins, and plastics. Normally, it's stable, manageable. But inside an overheating 34,000-gallon storage tank that crews cannot control, it becomes a self-accelerating chemical time bomb. What's around it? Now here's where this gets real. Look at what's within striking distance of this facility. It's a mile out, and that's the current evacuation zone. 44,000 people already displaced. Schools closed, roads blocked, residents sleeping in evacuation centers. 6 miles north, Knott's Berry Farm, still open, monitoring the situation. 7 miles northwest, Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, one of the most visited places on Earth, still open, still watching.
Still
10 miles southeast, John Wayne Airport, active airport, flights still running. 12 miles southwest, Long Beach Airport. 15 miles west, the Port of Los Angeles and Long Beach, the largest cargo port complex in the Western Hemisphere. And threading between all of these, the 22 freeway, the 405, the 5, the arteries of Southern California.
This happened over the weekend, Memorial Weekend. This happened. You can only imagine the bedlam of what was happening, where all that touristy stuff is going on down there. All the freeways are closed or partially closed.
That's normal.
These are 3 huge tanks with these chemicals in it that somehow, whatever that barrier is that keeps the right side from the left side, has broken down. And they're all 3. They're just like squirting water on it to try and
get the temperature down. Yeah.
Right. And but they literally cannot stop it.
So it's a chemical reaction causing it to it's kind of like a nuclear explosion. Hey, that sounds like fun.
Yes. So I had a report.
Not chemical.
I had a channel 4 nuclear. I had a channel 4 in Los Angeles.
You got your mop gear?
What?
Do you got your mop gear? You might need it.
My mop gear?
You don't. Come on. You're still in the guard.
I am.
Yeah, your chemical protective suit. The
I
mask.
gotcha. Okay, I
MOP.
gotcha.
I don't remember what it stands for, even though I
Yeah.
was on the decon team. But you should have that somewhere. It was issued to us, carried around everywhere we went.
I guess I have my PT belt that you wear before the sun comes up.
You got your safety belt? You're fine. If you got your safety belt, you're good to go. You
I
can
got
walk.
two.
You can walk through Chernobyl when it was melting down with your safety belt on. You're fine.
It will glow when the nuclear energy hits. Anyway, 3 of these tanks all imploding like this. And I'm watching this report, and I wanted to show it to you, but obviously I'm having catastrophic failure here. But thank you to our person in the comment room that said, Charlie, at least you're not in your truck this week.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
At least you're not dressed like a tree.
Count your blessings. But I wanted to run this report. NBC News down in Los Angeles, Channel 4, and they had this whole thing about the evacuations are being partially lifted, and some people are returning, but only within this mile radius and so on. Nowhere have I seen anyone in the news even asking the question, how the hell did this happen? Why is it happening? How come nobody's talking about the possibility of this happening again and again and again? How did this go wrong? Who's responsible for this? No one's asking those kind of questions. It's so typically Los Angeles. Their reporters are just abysmal.
It's fine. When the fire gets there, just burn it all up anyway. So it'll be good.
Oh, and that's the deal. So anyway, they're saying here's why they're letting some of the people return, because the tank that was the hottest and the most ready to explode is now cracked, and it released some of the pressure.
Oh, good. That's always a good thing.
That's how they presented it. Like it was a great thing. Oh, the tank cracked, so that's okay. It released some of the pressure. So all's good.
Nothing to see here, folks.
In the meantime, there's these big giant hoses squirting water. They have water for that, by the way, but they didn't have water for the Palisades fire.
I have a bone of contention with that report you just played, because she said that the 22, the 405, and the 5 are the arteries of Southern California, and if that's the case, they needed some surgery quickly, because that's got a blockage. I'm telling you, I've been on the 405 and the 5. That was 10 years ago. It's got a blockage. You're going to need some surgery. You need to get in there and fix that. My neighborhood, we had traffic jam here the other day. We had two combines, not combines, but big tractors running cedars go by. Yeah, they weren't going very fast. So a couple cars behind them. This traffic jam is bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
There's so on. I appreciate the comment also from is that Michelle?
Well, I could put that on the screen. This one right here.
Yeah, thank you. I've interviewed more than one person who lost everything in the Palisades fire. I've interviewed people. I used to have a home up in Grizzly Flats in El Dorado County when the car fire came through, leveled that town like it did Paradise. 4,000 residents, everybody gone. Everything's gone. Not everybody. Only a couple of people got injured. Nobody dead in that whole thing, which is amazing, because there's one 2-lane road in and out, and that's it. There's no other way to get in or out of there unless you know the logging roads up there. It's 4,000 foot elevation at the border of the El Dorado National Forest. You don't care about any of that. All I'm telling you is it's miraculous that nobody died in that.
Yeah,
and Paradise. She mentioned Paradise, or they mentioned Paradise fire. That was a wonderful place in a beautiful area. You notice all these fires that suddenly erupt and go out of control are all in very desirable areas, very beautiful areas. Maui, Paradise, Grizzly Flats.
Well, I think there's two not to get
Palisades. It's their smart city that they're pushing.
Well, no
I'm
doubt.
convinced of that.
Not to get all conspiratory, because I know we go down a tangent about space lasers and all this stuff, which technically is not possible. But it's way cheaper and easier to have a couple crackheads go out, start some fires in strategic locations on a windy day and burn.
And that's what I believe happened at Paradise.
Palisades.
Palisades.
They have the same effect.
Yeah.
So you can build your smart city as space lasers, which cost you $1 gazillion to put in. I mean, 2 crackheads, what is it going to cost you to get them to go out and do that? A ham sandwich?
Well, the conspiratorial people are saying this. The lasers are from China, but Chinese satellites.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, they mentioned PG&E.
We've seen how well Chinese defense electronic systems work in Venezuela. Don't buy your radar systems on Temu. Not a good idea. Base lasers from Temu.
Act like a billionaire. The PG&E thing, I do believe is extremely real. Everybody now has to have these smart meters because they're saving money by not having these meter readers go out like they used to. After every month, go and just walk the neighborhood and read everybody's meters. That's what they used to do. Now they have these smart readers. See, these smart readers. And the fire, that's why I've interviewed people who have been in these fires, and they describe that a fire comes in on the edge, and then especially if you live uphill from the fire, it's coming your way. It's going to come up your way. That's why Malibu happens, the canyon and the mountains there.
Well,
goes
when
up
you
the
live
mountains.
on top of the mountains and the wind's blowing through the canyons, you know the fire at the bottom is going to go to the top. I mean, every time I start a fire in my barbecue, you start at the bottom and it goes up. It's common sense.
But here's what's happening with these fires, Mike, and this is why I do believe the smart meters is the thing. Because I've seen video of these things sparking and starting fires. I've seen the videos.
I've seen videos of them things catching on fire too. I don't know
what was happening with especially
big fires, but
it's very important.
I will say it happens.
It was very apparent in the Palisades fire. Normally, you got your fires spreading, right? It's spreading. But here's what's going on during the Palisades fire. Entire neighborhoods were suddenly going up. Wait a minute. How did that happen? The fire didn't go across the neighborhood. Entire neighborhoods were suddenly going up. And then that neighborhood over there, and then that neighborhood over there. And I'm seeing these videos of these smart meters sparking like they were being set off. Something was being done on purpose to burn it all up so they can start the little smart city so Governor Hairdo can rock back and forth and be all giddy. But we're going to be imagining a new way, a new future for Los Angeles.
The simplest answer that works is usually correct. Let's just the simplest answer that works is usually correct. So let me just I'm not denying that maybe there was a problem with the smart meters, but whether or not somebody was controlling them, I don't know. But let me tell you this. So this is just in our area, and I'm sure it's the same way in the Palisades, it's the same way all across California, same way across our entire country is part of the problem. We haven't upgraded anything in this country in my lifetime. We don't upgrade things. We don't fix things anymore. We don't build new anymore when it comes to infrastructure. So a friend of mine works for the power company out here, and he says, it's a great idea, these electric vehicles, but there's a problem. I said, what's that? He said that your wires, when your wires were put in your neighborhood, they were put in with 100 amp services or 50 amp services back 75 years ago, right? 100 years ago, even in some cases. So then everybody's home has upgraded to 200 amp services. So you're in a neighborhood where the wires that are running in and the power that's running in on those wires is right at its limit. Everybody's got 200 amps. The system was set up for 50 or 100 amps. You're already overloaded. So the government mandates everybody has to have a Tesla. So you get them Tesla superchargers in everybody's car. Those Tesla superchargers draw 200 amps. So everybody comes home at work at 5 o'clock, plugs in their Tesla cars, and the grid system goes. Well, let's just say got going on. They put these modern smart boxes in, which are designed to draw more amperage, right? To do your 200 watt regular home service amp, but the system connecting it is still 60 or 100 watt amperage, right? You get the fire coming in, the poles start falling down, the wires start getting crossed, and now your system's all screwed up. And now these little smart devices that they put, the old device that was just a simple, they would have been fine, but they got all the electronics and all the other gizmos in there, and they go. I'm just saying that's an explanation that isn't all conspiratorial.
Well,
like
it could have been the smart meters, yes, but done on purpose, no, is what you're suggesting.
I don't believe that the ability, two things, the ability of man to be that capable, number one, especially in California, and number two, I don't think there's an ability for people to keep their mouth shut that they're involved. I mean, all it takes is OMG to get a pretty guy or a pretty girl to get you on Tinder, and next thing you know, after a couple shots of whatever it is you drink, staring at the boobies going, I was involved in that. I'm the guy that pushed the button. You know what I mean? They just blom it out. They can't control themselves. I'm just saying, the problem with that, so I lean more towards incompetency than conspiracy in a lot of these situations, just because.
And I think that same thing. But remember, I've been in the media my entire adult life. I know how they operate, and I know where their loyalties lie.
Well, the media is going to tell all kinds of BS.
They will not put on a whistleblower like that anymore. There was a time that they would have.
They won't. The media. Now. No one watches the media. OMG puts it on there, gets 2.9 million views. Nobody watches.
No one. Don't say no one. I'm telling you, man. They still do on the left. They still think they're nightly newscast.
Our friend at yournews.com, the average demographic of Fox News and CNN and all that 70 years old. Correct. And they're getting less numbers per capita than we are. I mean, nobody's watching. I mean, you spend the kind of money they spend to produce.
You keep saying nobody, but I'm telling you, half the population, at least in California, are still watching. And they are being.
Just because they're all 70 years old. That's not my problem. You live out there.
But then those little things get cut up in shorts, and they're on YouTube and they're on Facebook and all these little shorts. They're still getting the influence from the mainstream media. It's a very powerful thing, at least out here in California still, sadly. I wish it weren't. But remember, half of the population here thinks that everything the government does is fantastic.
Well, they're a bunch of commies. What do you expect?
Correct.
They're a bunch of commies out. They just the party line. It's not. I mean,
correct. Now you're getting it. Getting it. It still has a tremendous amount of power, is what I'm saying.
Well, out there, but out here, nobody cares.
Okay, good. Well, all right.
It's like when AOC starts talking about cow farts. The old farmer out here is going, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what I got. What you got?
Well, you made me turn all my stuff off. I don't know.
Oh, did I? No,
you said because you couldn't run your stuff. What other story did you tell your gay prize story? Then I got one on your gay ding stuff. As I got something on gays too.
We're just days away from. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I stopped. It's your turn.
Oh, okay. We're just days away, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Pride Month, or as I like to call it, Pride. And it's coming.
He just wants to ring his bell.
I do want to. That's awesome. Captain Jeffrey Little, you know about him? Again, I can't bring it up unless you bring it.
I don't have anything up anymore. It's all you.
It is all me. And I know what happened. I got it now. I fixed it. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Captain Jeffrey Little, this is a couple of years back now, Christian lifeguard for the Los Angeles County Fire Department. He's been doing it for like 20 years. He's the captain of the lifeguard unit. That's pretty good. Wonder what he makes per month. So they told him, the county there down in LA County said, you have to start flying a pride flag during June. And you as captain have to put it up on the lifeguard post. And you got to tell all the other lifeguards that are under you to put it up whenever they come in. And he said, no, I'm a Christian. I'm not going to do that. Thank you so much for playing. So they fired him.
Right. But that's not how they do it. I thought that's how that worked. Was you just fired everybody for not doing what you told.
That's exactly what they do. Yes, you're right. So, here we go. Let's hear from Captain Jeffrey. What do you think so far?
I don't know. I'm not hearing it.
I know exactly. What the heck?
I didn't do it.
Son of a gun.
Son of a biscuit eater.
What's going on? Why do I keep having so many problems? This is why I don't run my own board. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do. I wish I could blame this on somebody else, but
we need we need somebody to donate to us like they do Stu Peters, so we can have a multi-million-dollar.
He's right. Here. Would somebody please help me get an actual laptop computer that's good for video and live broadcasting, please? Can you help me with that? Yeah, see, I have no idea, but the sound's not working.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because I ain't got no sound.
Well, let me see if I can pretty much run it down on how the left has
instead of sharing yours. This is inside baseball for everybody out there. This is best shop talk here. Instead of sharing your one video at a time, when you click on the share button, hit share all, and make sure you hit the audio button. So there's a button like I'm going to look at mine right now so I can.
I don't even see a share all.
Hit entire screen all the way to the right, and then click on the screen. And then click on audio, which is what I'm doing right now.
You're talking about entire screen. What are you talking about?
Yep. See how I'm sharing my entire screen? See that? Yeah, just bear with us. We're going to do a show here. and here. This is
quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
You didn't click the little button down at the bottom where it says audio. I bet you. Somebody teach this guy how to do his show.
Remember what I was telling you last time? I'm going to make sure I do all these things in advance. I'm not going to try and do share screening to make sure that doesn't happen again. Well, I did that, and now it's happening again. So there's Captain. There's the captain right there. You saw him for a second, and that was his attorney. He's suing, baby. And it's looking pretty dang good. He wants his job back, and if I were him, I'd demand an apology while we're at it. So how are others on the left reacting? For example, let's go to the state of Washington, where there's a whole lot of God-fearing people who respect the American flag, right?
Right. Here's a song for you. Here's a song for your bell.
The ultimate symbol of freedom, sacrifice, and everything fantastic that this country stands for.
Let me start over.
There we go. Sorry,
Mike.
I was trying to jump ahead of you.
For most of us, is
somebody
the ultimate
teach
symbol
us how to do this.
Freedom, sacrifice, and everything fantastic that this country stands for. But for some, it represents something very different.
Yeah, that's right. How about this? During a recent Linwood City Council meeting in the state of Washington, Council member Isabel Mata openly admitted that she relates more personally to the pride flag than the American flag. Now, her comments triggered immediate backlash from residents and veterans, forcing her to issue a public apology.
That's right. Our chief Washington correspondent, James Rosen, joins us live from our nation's capital with the details on this latest incident out of Washington state. James, I don't know why, but the location doesn't surprise me. Tell us what you can.
Well, good afternoon to you, Bob and Katrina. On the agenda at Monday's meeting of the City Council in Linwood, Washington, just about 15 miles north of Seattle, was the planning for America's 250th birthday celebration in July. The council heard proposals to modify, replace, or complement the 27 flagpoles that were installed in the city for the bicentennial celebration of 1976, one for each of the 27 variations on the American flag used since the founding. Council member Isabel Mata, seen in this photograph at lower right, advanced a proposal for the city to fly flags celebrating LGBTQ Pride, or Juneteenth, and to remove, at least temporarily for that purpose, the flags representing the state of Washington, or prisoners of war. That prompted pushback from the gentleman in the fleece vest at right, standing over Mata, Council President Nick Coelho, the proprietor since 2013 of Linwood's first ever Board Game Cafe.
The flagpole
Board Game Cafe.
If we were to repurpose it add a third rung. I don't like the idea of taking down the POW flag. I don't want to pit veterans versus other groups. That just feels off to me.
Mata's city council webpage identifies her as a queer, neurodivergent writer, advocate, and mindfulness meditation teacher.
Of course she is.
Who lives with her husband, Richard, and their 3 cats. In her comments Monday, Mata suggested some of the 27 American flags conjure episodes in U.S. history that, quote, frankly, are not great.
That's right. America's not great.
A pride flag is way more relatable than an American flag. I would not raise an American flag at my house because
of course you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I wasn't even born here. But I would raise a pride flag. And as the most diverse city in all of Snohomish County, I don't think that I'm the only one who would maybe choose to have 27 other flags.
Besides the American flag.
You know, the problem is they didn't report it right. The news got to get it right. It's not LBGTQ. It's LBGTQRSTUVWXYZ plus minus multiplication long division exclamation point question mark. You got to make sure you get them all covered.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Right. Exactly.
So you said you had a song?
Well, a song for you about your bell. I just when you're hitting your bell, I think about a song, and let's see, but that's not
ding-a-ling?
Yeah. Well, that's not working. Something's not working right. I don't know what it is.
Okay, going back to the comments section, I appreciate the advice of somebody said maybe between before the next show, actually watch some how-to videos.
We know how to do it.
Maybe here we go. Maybe in the interim between shows, maybe there's somehow 2 videos on how to do it. Yeah, good point. What is no?
Well, the problem is, like right now, I've got it set up, but it isn't transferring, and it's not me. It's not me. It's you.
What do you mean?
I mean that what I'm trying to do is not there. So there's a issue. We have issues happening, so that's okay because I can fix it. And I can play the song that I was going to play right here, just a portion of it. This reminds me of your bell.
Anita Ward, Will Smith,
Ring My Bell.
I hate to see you.
There you go.
I didn't know he sampled that. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Here's what I think we need to do at this point. We've talked about some serious stuff. We've made fun of ourselves. We've shown exactly how inept we are at running these kind of shows. And I've had to wear my glasses way too many times. I hate wearing glasses, but I can't see my screen anymore. So I'm just going to play this for you. Let's take a comedy break. Are you ready, Mike?
Yeah.
Let's take a comedy break. Here we go. So English. I'm nervous for him. I know. Oh, he's going to see it for sure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
They're all sitting there waiting for the money. Show me the money.
That is classic.
So speaking of the LBGTQRSTUVWXYZ plus minus multiplication exclamation point long division question mark people.
Yeah.
Did you see this? According to the Babylon Bee, reporting tomorrow's news today in the form of satire. Here's the Babylon Bee, a new product coming out. That's right. According to the Babylon Bee, in honor of Pride Month, Lego introduces Sodom and Gomorrah playset. That's right.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes, there it is, right there. Out of Denmark there, it says, hot on the heels of the company's new Everyone is Awesome playset and genderless blocks without male or female connectors.
Everyone is awesome.
I actually have that song. The Lego group revealed a commemorative Pride Month playset, a new Sodom and Gomorrah set. The entire flammable, destructible set includes dozens of pagan minifigs, plus a bonus Lot and his wife, who, of course, a pillar of salt. Children can press a button on the set and the whole thing explodes in flames. And they can even participate in the carnage using the included brimstone launcher. Hooray! The wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against the unrighteousness of men, shouted one child in a new commercial. For the set as a excuse me, I messed up there. For the set as he chunked some Lego brimstone at the village full of screaming minifigs. Flee, fornicators, for the Lord's anger is kindled against you. If you do not repent, he will whet his sword in vengeance. We're excited to celebrate the LGBTQ history with this iconic scene from the Bible, said Lego spokesperson Herferder. I don't know how else to say that. There is fantastic representation in the set, which includes plenty of Middle Easterns, some angels, and lots of LGBTQ people, and one person of salt.
And one person of salt.
You won't find
a more inclusive set anywhere.
Right. It's the one person of salt that really gets me.
It's almost a year ago now that Facebook deleted every single one of my pages and my Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. Never forget that. They deleted me from the platform, period. I can't even start up another page. I tried to start up a page with my dog Spike. I was just going to call it Spike's page. And because it came from my URL on my computer or on my phone, that's how they nail you now. That's how they recognize you. You think of just changing your name and not putting and changing it around a little bit, and they won't recognize if you've been deleted off those platforms. Not anymore. So once I get a new computer, a new fancy, nice working computer, should be great. I'm out to your ears, Lord. It'd be nice.
$50 burner phone might do it too. I don't know.
Could be. But anyway, yeah, I actually could try that, huh? That's right. You suggested that once before. I haven't done it, but here's the point. I even tried to start up a page from my mom's computer. She lives about an hour and a half away. So I used her computer trying to start up the Spike page, right? I don't know how they knew, but they knew it was me. No, you've been deleted from this platform. You're not welcome here. But it was all because last year I actually did a whole show about what a joke Pride Month is, what a scam and what a sham it is. And I brought receipts and I was, here's how they built it up. Here's how they started it. It is not one of those nationally, federally government recognized.
My Facebook page now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe I shouldn't go further.
No, I don't care. You're fine. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. You know, just make sure you don't insult the lovely little fellers that are so flamboyant.
Okay,
yeah.
I won't insult the homos.
The flamboyant ones.
Yeah, I call it the Homo Pride Month. But because that's what it is. I don't let the left dictate the English language for me. I don't say gay. I don't say lesbian. What the heck is a lesbian? You're from the Isle of Lesbo?
I say transients.
You're from the Isle of Lesbo? What is that? I don't let you dictate the English language. You're a homosexual. You got a male homosexual. You got a female homosexual. I'm a trans woman. No, you're a dude. You're a freaky cross-dresser.
I just say transient.
Okay, there you go. Well, maybe I should adopt that because what I just said are the things I said in my show.
You could say preverts too.
That's what got me kicked off. That's what got me totally kicked off. But
you can say preverts contaminating our bodily fluids because that's a movie quote.
You can't even say the S word. You'll get kicked off YouTube or Facebook. They'll delete the show if you say the S word. And I'm not even talking about, although it's very prevalent in the homosexual community, the S word. SUICIDE. I don't even know spelling it will get us taken off. But that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is now. So they deleted all my pages, and it really hurt. It really hurt me because I had 40,000 people on there. Suddenly, I have no way of letting them know whenever I was doing a new show. And I do like 3 to 5 shows a week. And I couldn't let anybody know I got a new show out. And my numbers just like tanked. But I didn't quit. I'm doing it for the Lord. I'm doing it for truth, for honesty. And because I just believe that this is my mission. To keep calling out facts and keep telling the truth and keep sharing it with you, whether you like it or not. If you like it, follow. If not, don't. But because they took away all my pages, it really, really hurt my business. It really did. But it's growing. It's coming back now. It's coming back quite well on Rumble.
I looked at your Rumble out there. You got some good shows with good numbers. So, some of the words that you can use. Some of the words you can use. This is my thing. Replacing words because I can't pronounce them half the time anyway. So, I can't pick on Candace Owens because she can't pronounce words. I can't pick on her for that because I'm the same. I think she's dyslexic like me. But so I say transients. I say prevert, which is from specifically quoting from Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Love the Bomb, the old general that goes crazy, the prevert, the communist preverts contaminating our bodily fluids, our precious bodily fluids. I say instead of unalived or something like that, I say self-deport the planet. See, you can say that way.
Instead of saying the S word.
Instead of saying the S word, self-deport the planet. Same thing.
I like it.
You just gotta change your words. I always said the Rona instead of the virus. You still can't say the word on Facebook and YouTube, but I always say the Rona. The Rona's got me. I always say that. So it's just replace words. It's not a big deal. Just got to learn to roll with the punches.
But see,
you got to replace words jokingly. So you got to make a joke out of it.
I don't do that. And that's why I've got 2 strikes against me on YouTube. And one more, they're pulling they won't monetize me on YouTube. And that's where the money is. Everybody makes money on YouTube.
No, they don't. Nobody makes money since Google bought it. Nobody makes money on YouTube. That just replace the word. Find something funny and you're mocking them when you do it. That's why I do it. That's why I say self-deport the planet, because it's mocking 2 things at the same time. you can't say the unalived word, and self-deporting like the illegal immigrants, and that's why I do that. That's why I've said the Rona all along. The Rona, it come from some meme with some black lady. I got the Rona. That's where I stole that from. And of course, preverts is from Dr. Strangelove, and then the transients, because they're all a bunch of transients. So
I call them freaky cross-dressers, what I call them.
Well, that's fine too.
That gets me kicked off Facebook.
Right, but the transients doesn't, because you could be talking about a trans person or a homeless person. I mean, and you're making fun of all of it at the same time.
There you go.
Them. You're mocking them, and that's what I like best about it. I like mocking them. You won't let me say the words?
I like saying screw YouTube and sticking with Rumble. God, thank you, Lord, for Rumble. I love Rumble.
The only time that I'm on YouTube or Facebook or doing my show is with this show. This show's on Rumble and YouTube until they kick us off. And then we should start a new channel on YouTube just for this show. That would be fun.
That's
see how far that lasts. And I'm on Facebook on my 2 channels for this show. And you are using my Patriot Mike Show channel to put your God Talks and what is it? Godcast? Is that what it is? Not a podcast, but
not a podcast, not a broadcast. It's all about God. Where a chapter a day keeps false teachers away. If you notice on my Rumble channel, though, the Godcasts are always like 150, 200 people watching it. So not all that many people are interested in just watching me read a chapter out of the Bible.
I don't know. I'm getting a lot of feedback on my Facebook page. You don't.
I'm talking about on my Rumble channel.
I know, but there's a lot of people that are responding to it on my Facebook page that are like it. I'm picking up followers on that page. You don't get to see it.
That's cool.
I should make you an admin on that page. I think I can do that.
But I can't check it.
It's right, because you're not on there.
Yeah. They've literally blocked me from the platform, period. I cannot. I have friends sending me stuff from Facebook all the time, and I'll click on it and it goes, log in. You can't log in. You're done. You're out of here. Leave us alone. Go away. I've written everywhere I could find an email address, and good luck finding any way to contact
Meta. Oh yeah, they do that on purpose.
Which is who owns Facebook and Instagram. Good luck finding any way to contact them. I was able to get a couple of email addresses, finally find them online. I've written and written and written. No response. Nothing back at all.
They kicked me off January 7th or 8th, 2021. They deleted my they kicked me off YouTube. Gone, right? Gone. I was getting 60,000 views. Same thing on Facebook. They just shadow banned me. I went from getting 50,000 views to like 100 views.
That's how it is on YouTube. I've been with YouTube from the very beginning. And I've had hundreds of thousands of views of all my videos over the years, and they refuse to monetize me. And I have 330 something subscribers. That's it.
Well,
all those years and all those video views, and I only have 300 something subscribers on there. People following me on YouTube.
My YouTube channel's got thousands of subscribers, but it not hundreds of thousands, but thousands, like 2 or 3, 4. Used to have like 6 or 7, but it's down. So they kicked me off, right, for like 2 years. I had to create a fake account with a different phone, just like you with Facebook. But at that time, their security wasn't as high, so I was able to do it to watch YouTube. I could not watch YouTube. I was banned from their services.
No, I know. I can't even watch things on Facebook. I get
it. And so finally what happened is they were still drawing out, because I had premium, because I was streaming. They were still drawing out my money, and I was trying to stop it, right? And I finally went to the bank and told the bank, stop paying them, right? And they sent me an email and said, your payment didn't go through. And the email had a response deal, had a quality control or something. So I responded, and I wasn't nice. I said, I will never, ever, ever for the rest of my life ever pay you another dime ever again. And I told him, you banned me. You kicked me off. I can't even access it. And you've been charging me for 9-10 months, and I can't even access it. And I tried everything I could to stop this payment, but I couldn't send you an email because I couldn't access your service. But now that you want my money, screw you. And then the next day I get an email that says, you've got a check mark and because you did something naughty on YouTube. And I said, wait a second, I'm banned. I went and looked. They reinstated my account and immediately check marked me for a video I put up 2-3 years ago. I said, you dirty, no good scoundrels. That's a true story. So I got my YouTube account back. Not that I care. YouTube can go screw themselves. I don't care. We're gonna ban you. Good, Paul. Gee whiz. All 3 of the people that view my shows over there. I don't care.
There are people, though, Mike. There are people who do. It is their life. It has become their life. They feel validation from somebody. They don't get enough clicks or likes or responses or comments. They literally take it personally. They're all hurt. It ruins
Well, I
their
do
day.
too. I mean, I turn my show off, and if not enough people watching, I would just cry and cry and cry. Nobody liked my show. What am I going to do? I'm going to call AOC and Bernie Sanders.
I get it. You and I are of that mindset, but there are people that this is their freaking life now.
Well,
this is their friend. Social media has become their friend. They're confidant, and they're having arguments with AI and crap like that.
You know, a friend of mine is he's running for Senate, Missouri Senate. He's a congressman now in the Senate. He's the congressman in our district, and I see him at the pachyderm clubs, which I don't know if you have those in California. They started here in Missouri, but they're all over the country now. Basically like a social club like the Rotary or something, but it's for Republicans. That's why it's called pachyderms, like elephant. Yeah. And so anyways, he comes to those when he's
I want to start a chapter out here. Let me know who I contact. I want to start up a chapter.
Look up pachyderms on the internet, pachyderm, Republican pachyderm. Anyways, so he asked me, he said, so when are you going to run for office? I said, I'm not running for office. It's way too much fun to complain about it than actually do it. So I get to talk bad about you.
I've had people suggest that about me too. And I'm like, you don't know a lot about my history, but believe me. No, arrested twice. I got stories. So, yeah, but there's redemption in Christ Jesus, but not in the media.
God.
Thank God. What'd they say? Who said?
Bolin says, I used to joke about being a lesbo trapped in a man body. It is not funny nowadays. No, it's real.
It's hilarious. On Salem Media Group, which is a Christian company, I got reprimanded, got in trouble when I said, I've come up with the ultimate way to never get fired. I self-identify as a black lesbian.
Well, there you go.
Thank you. Good night. I got job security now. I got job security. They didn't.
No,
like
you don't.
That. They didn't think
for some
that was
reason.
so
I don't know.
I thought it was pretty funny.
So true story. True story. A gal that my wife used to work with is married to a guy. She is gay. He's a trans. They're having a baby. She's a dude. She's a dude, trans, gay. He's a female, trans, gay, and they're having a baby, and they're married. Do the math on that one.
It's a man and a woman, and they married, and they had little vaginal sex, and he just
But she's a dude, and he's a she. I said to my wife, I said, how much more can you take your marriage, one man and one woman, and separate it from God than by doing that?
Great point. Yeah, exactly. Good point. I don't think it's possible.
That's a true story. A real person. I said, those people they're confused. They are very confused because everything's still anatomically correct, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously. Yes. Yes. All right, my brother.
I got one more before. I know you're wanting to wrap up, but I got one more I want to play for you. I got one more. It's a funny.
I got all kinds of stuff, but I don't know if it'll play.
Well, this one will play, and you'll love it. This is actually a true story. I've seen the actual story of it. I just like this guy's take on it.
What's up, America? Dog accidentally shoots somebody at a convenience store in Nebraska while the owner was inside shopping. So the Scotts Bluff Police Department in Nebraska responded to a call that somebody had been shot at a convenience store. Now, initially, officers were told it was from a BB gun, but when they got there, they found out that it had been a shotgun that had gone off. Now, a woman that was nearby was hit with one of the pellets. She was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. But when the cops inspected the car and the damage, they found out that it was a shotgun that had gone off, and a dog was happily going back and forth between the seats. Apparently, the owner was inside the convenience store, and there was a loaded shotgun in the car when the happy dog was bouncing back and forth and hit the trigger, and the shotgun went off. Apparently, one of the birdshot pellets went a piece down the road and hit some woman in the arm. The police said, quote, "The dog, whose breed has not been revealed, accidentally triggered a loaded shotgun in the truck, and the victim has not been identified. I wonder why they won't tell me what the breed of the dog was. Watch it be a Pomeranian. That would have been fucking funny, to be honest." But yeah, there you go. Dog accidentally shoots somebody at a convenience store in Nebraska.
So there you have it.
I don't understand the Pomeranian thing, why that would be funny.
Because he just thinks that the little Pomeranian dog pulling the trigger on the shotgun would be funny. I mean, it could be a pit bull. I mean, if you want to.
Whatever it was. The
or a
dog's
chihuahua, woo. What do you call him?
I call it a chihuahua. That's what Spike is. Spike's half chihuahua and half min pin.
Well,
and all awesome.
Could have been a Great Dane. That'd have been a story. How'd you get the Great Dane in your Prius?
Right. And let me leave you with one more thing. This is one of the current BLM leaders, Black Lives Matter, even though they went through all that with the founders and the people running it and the CEO all buying millions and millions of dollars in real estate with the money that was supposed to go to making sure that Black lives actually mattered.
Black Lab.
Black. Why is it always a black thing with you people?
I'm telling you.
So anyway, the Kevin Hart, you know, the comedian Kevin Hart, they did a roast of him, and it was on, I don't even know what channel it was on, but one of the comedians there made a joke about George Floyd. Itchy trigger palm. Made a joke about George Floyd laughing from hell, and the BLM people are all up in arms. They're livid. So you want to see this?
Is that the Black Liberation Movement that out of South Africa? That's what you're talking about, BLM, right?
No, it's a Bureau of Land Management, actually. But no, Black Lives Matter. Here we go. Watch this press conference that they held. So especially watch the one dude right there to her right behind her. I did it again, my friends. I hit the wrong dad blame button.
Well, those buttons are hard, I tell you.
Buttons are hard.
They are.
This is going to happen. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. Here we go. This is it.
We have
this time for sure's.
Nothing mattered. We are here today to call your attention to the fact that an egregious, disgusting joke was made about George Floyd. Here we are about to memorialize George Floyd for year 6 after his brutal murder at the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department. Our community is still experiencing grief and trauma. We have young people in our community who were children at the time. They're now teenagers, still dealing with the impacts of the police killing of George Floyd. And instead of allowing our community to grieve in peace, to celebrate George Floyd in peace, we have Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd. It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe.
Wait a minute. Did she just, first of all, do the little hair flip, the classic little hair flip? Look at me. Look how cute I am.
Probably.
the guy in the tracksuit behind her. It's nice that at least he washed it. Seems to be fairly clean before this press conference. But she does a little hair flip, and then somebody says something in the crowd as she's given this serious thing about, oh, we're so highly offended at what this comedian said, this joke about George Floyd. How dare he? And then she laughs herself.
Yeah, well, it's one of them high-anus crimes, so you got to watch out for that.
Yeah, speaking of high-anus, look at her.
Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd. It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying,
look at the guy in the back behind her.
George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing.
That's because it's funny.
And he can't breathe. When I saw the clip,
wait a second. Play the clip back up a little bit. Did I hear what I just heard?
Joke
exactly.
Saying that.
There, see,
George
she just
Floyd
laughed.
No, not
George
that.
Floyd. It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe.
Is that a freaking smoke detector going off in the background?
Is that a what?
A smoke detector. Back it up about 3 seconds.
Okay.
Right there where
laughing, and he can't breathe.
See?
When I saw the
clip. Oh, you can't make it up.
In that glass high rise.
Online, it made me sick to my stomach. But we are here to declare today that there needs to be accountability for Kevin Hart's
Look at the guy behind her. He's just like sick to death of this whole thing. He doesn't even want to be there, but he wants everybody to see him. Hey, I saw you on TV, man.
Killing of George Floyd.
I got to find that video.
Instead
play
of
that
allowing
100
our
times on my
community
show.
to grieve in peace, to celebrate George Floyd in peace, we have Netflix comedians
saying, Mike? Are you
making
racist?
light of the brutal killing of George Floyd.
Detector.
It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying
that's just what got me the most right there. They're so disingenuous. They're so fake. All outraged.
Did get the chirp in there, though. That's a Saturday Night Live skit.
You got the chirp, but somebody in there said something that made her laugh, a little inside joke, and they're so serious. This is such a serious. We're so offended. Oh, here's what the joke was.
Because the BLM, Black Lives Matters, was started by a guy from Missouri, family from Missouri. Back when the Ferguson stuff was going on. Then it was taken over. It was taken over by two ladies, two sisters from South Africa who were trained Marxists and witches by their own definition. They said that. I didn't say that. They said that. The organization in South Africa that has taken over the country is BLM, Black Liberation Movement. Black Lives Matters. It's the same Marxist organization. They do the same thing.
What that really stands for then.
The ones going around chanting, I have the video where their presidents going, and Donald Trump, the president of South Africa, came to D.C. earlier, maybe it was late last year, and they had the conference, in the Oval there, in front of the fireplace.
President Trump made him watch those videos of white farmers
going, kill the boar, kill the boar, kill the boar, which are the white people in South Africa.
Right.
And he's BLM. His political party is BLM, Black Liberation Movement. And that's who they were. They were from BLM, and they came here, took over BLM, which is it's a total con job. It's Marxism 101. So the same people that are slaughtering white Africans, which is the reason why Donald Trump gave them special immigration status, because they're slaughtering them, stealing their land. And now the farmers, the white farmers, and so you would think, so the government's taking over, nationalizing the white farms so that you can, feed the masses, right? The good communists would do that, right? No, they're selling the farm to the Chinese for the mineral rights.
Yep.
They don't give a damn about feeding nobody. They're starving to death in South Africa right now. Yeah. Isn't it great?
And they're genociding Christians too. Thanks, Nigeria.
Yeah, that's wonderful. But Donald Trump went in there and bombed the snot out of the leadership of them, so that's all good too.
He did.
Oh, speaking of,
on Christmas Day,
I don't know if you could hear that, but no, actually, just the other day he bombed them
again.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if you could hear that, but 3 A-10s just flew right over my house.
You got warthogs there?
Yeah, Whiteman Air Force Base. There's a National Guard unit. It's got national. What do they call the Air Force? National Air Force. I don't know.
I've never seen one of those around here. You see a lot of bombers and you'll see fighters.
You're just not close enough to Fort Irwin, California. They're out there like crazy.
Are they at Fort Irwin? Okay,
well, yeah, because they're the bad guys. They're the ones that go after you. The OP4.
Mather, McClellan, Travis, Moffett. I've never seen an A-10 at any of those. But
you come down here when you come visit Missouri. We'll go down the Lake of Ozark. That's where they do their playing around. They run and they'll strafe your boat and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Man, I would love to see that.
But the A-10s are out here at Whiteman. There's a whole squadron of whatever you call it out there. The B-2, of course, they're the home of the B-2.
Well,
there's
back to that
handful
Black
of
Lives
T-38
Matter
stuff. Yeah,
idiot doing the press conference.
Somebody says burp in the burp of freedom.
It does. That's right. It does. The burp of freedom. I just love the A-10s. But anyway, the laughing before even telling what the joke was, as if, well, maybe she actually thought it was funny, but she's got to act all outraged, but she was overcome with the hilarity of it all. Or somebody doing some little inside joke that she heard that made her laugh. You're so outraged, you're so angry, you're not going to be laughing at some inside joke unless it's all a stinking show.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
And the dude in the background in the freaking track suit doing this stuff and looking all around like he's 9 years old.
Like Coming to America. What's that? Afro Shine. What's that? Have you seen the movie Coming to America? Come on now.
Can you imagine if it was if that was some white group, white people up there, and they're so outraged over something, whatever, fill in the blank, and that's how they acted and that's how they reacted, especially if it was about something about the black community that they're offended by. Can you imagine the outrage in the media playing that over and over and over again and ridiculing them? But on this side, I'm the only one I've seen actually show that.
I hadn't seen it or heard about it. Excuse me. There we go. I hadn't seen it or heard about it, but I don't do the Kevin Hart thing and don't care. And if anything popped up, I wouldn't have watched it, as I don't care. I don't follow any comedy. To me anymore isn't funny. Although the Dana Carvey and Dave Spade have a podcast and it's freaking hilarious if you ever get a chance to watch it. My goodness. Those two dudes right there, they're funny. They're just funny.
Yeah, they are. But the point is, the whole Black Lives Matter thing was a fake and a fraud and a front all from the very beginning, and it still is. But yet there are still people who are throwing money at them. Throwing money.
Well, not anymore, by the way. Several of the leadership of Black Lives Matters here lately have been arrested. I don't know if you've seen that. There was a lady in California. There was a lady like in North Carolina. There was a lady in Georgia. A bunch of ladies. They've all been arrested for embezzling millions and millions of dollars and buying homes and all this other stuff. Black Lives Matters leadership. The other thing is they're broke. They're telling everybody they're broke, and they're broke because, well, it used to be back in the Black Lives Matters day. I demonstrated this many times on my show. If you clicked on donate on the Black Lives Matters website, it took you to Act Blue.
Yeah, that's right.
And so the money at Act Blue is drying up because USAID is drying up and all the other government fraud is drying up. So Black Lives Matters money's dried up.
And if you clicked on Antifa's, I don't even know if Antifa still has a website, but it used to be you clicked on their website, it took you to the Democrat National Committee or Convention or whatever. Took you to
and
the
all
DNC
that
page.
because Black Lives Matter was really a money laundering operation more than anything else, and a Marxist organization. So they had to launder all that money somehow, and it just went through there. Anyways, that's all drying up now. Darn the luck, darn it, because nothing happening. So
Well, I just hate double standards. I hate that no one in the media is pointing that out and talking about that and ridiculing them for it, and especially Whitey.
Soul Glow, that's right. I forgot what it was
that.
called.
No Whitey is saying the things that we're saying right now. I'm not seeing this on other podcasts or anything. So,
oh well, that's because nobody watched the show. That's probably what it was. It probably got less than Charlie gets on his webpage. I'm on Rumble. I mean, nobody watched it. Nobody watched it. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, it's like football season coming up. I get kind of excited about the Chiefs. They made some good decisions, but it's kind of like getting the New York Jets playing the Raiders. Like nobody watches it. Nobody cares. I mean,
right? Gotcha.
Who can suck the worst? I mean, that's really what it is. Nobody cares. Kevin Hart is a has-been wannabe. I mean,
I wouldn't say that. I think he's still very funny. I think he's great in movies. I get a kick out of him.
Well, here's my problem.
He makes me laugh.
Of course, I've left California. I don't have to put up with all that crap, but most of these comedians, whether it's Kevin Hart or Jim Carrey or name any other, the what's his name that did the Night in the Museum ones, every movie is the same joke.
Ben Stiller.
Every movie is the same joke. Everything's the same. There's no variety. You could say with Will Smith, for example, he made movies. There were some of the same joke style, but he did other movies too that was repetitive. He broadened his horizon. But most of these comedians, the Rock, all these actors, it's the same. If you've seen one movie, you've seen them all. It bores me to tears. So I don't go to the movies anymore. I don't care. I'll flip through and find the old movie and watch the old movie where they actually had to try to act.
I still love going to the theater. Absolutely. And I go by myself. I used to be embarrassed about that, but not anymore. I go to the movie theaters. I love it. I saw The Great Awakening there. It was a limited release thing. It was a Christian film, and it was extraordinarily well done. I'm so glad I saw it just recently. What else did I just see recently?
I wait for it to come out on streaming, and then when I watch the first 10 minutes of it, it bores me to tears. I can just say, well, that's dumb. Watch something
Not
else.
me. I love the experience of the big screen, the big sound, all of it. I take my dog in with me now. I take my dog into the theater with me now. It's awesome. Nobody says anything. With it. I've never seen anyone else bring a dog into a movie theater.
Dog.
But I do.
Anyway.
No, he's not. He's not. He doesn't have the vest. It's none of that.
You're in California. You got to have an emotional sport giraffe. It doesn't really matter.
I've had people ask me that when I try and bring them into different stores and so on. They go, is he an emotional sport animal? And I go, or no, what is a service dog? Is he a service dog? And I go, I'm servicing him because it's too hot to leave him in the truck. So that's why I'm coming in. Okay. Half the time they let me. Other times I have to leave and go someplace that has outdoor patio seating. So that's it from California. Other than, oh, by the way, Governor Hairdo, who that's what I affectionately call Gavin Newsom, who's terming out. Thank goodness. Is spending $33,000 to have a portrait done of him to hang in the Capitol building.
Oh, good.
That's his.
Will I have him sitting cross-legs, crushing the nuts he don't have? I'm just asking.
He does. I know. I hope that's what it is. I hope this. He does. He sits like a woman. But $33,000 of our money, well, not yours, my money, going to a portrait of him, so it'll hang in the Capitol building. Every president gets that. Does everyone pay $33,000 for it? I don't know. But and what else is going on? Oh, yeah. It's now coming out that he gave a bunch of iPads to prisoners.
I saw that. And shockingly, they looked at porn on it. I mean, who would have thunk?
And they're going after people on the outside who they're trying to target and harass, who maybe put them away, an X or something. Let me see if I can find that for
Kelly's saying that the Nick Shirley law just passed.
It's a done deal then.
Yeah. So while you're looking for that, you're talking about portraits. See, I have portraits. That's my portrait right there. You see the duck sitting in the lawn chair?
Yeah, that's right. Howard.
He's looking up at the bullets in the wall. You see that? There's bullets in the wall right there.
Yeah.
See, if you look right, I'm not a weathercaster. Right there's a bullet, and there's a bullet right there. Yeah. The portrait is called Sitting Duck.
Right. No, I'm familiar with it.
Okay, just let you know. That's my $33 picture.
Here we go. I'll leave you with this. This is the rampant fraud in California, and it's all about to bust wide open. Thank God. Check this out. Your video is a bit too short.
What? What?
We're broadcasting through this service called StreamYard, and
that shouldn't be a problem.
Why would it be a problem? Thank you. That should not be a problem. Your video is a bit too short. This feature would work best with longer videos, so I can't even show this to you.
Huh. That's why I run everything off Telegram, but I'll talk to you about that. That's bad. Never mind. It's okay. So
this has been such a frustrating show just for that crap right there. I'm going to try one more time. Nope.
I've never seen that before.
I haven't either. I don't know if it's my computer. I really don't at this point. I don't know what the problem is. I just know it never seems to work for me right. Which maybe that's an enduring quality. Maybe people are going to find that really attractive, that nothing ever works right for me. And I'll become like the sad sack kind of character. I'll be the Kramer.
Eeyore. You could be
I'll be the Kramer or the Eeyore of the Charlie and Mike
so
show.
Bad. Nothing ever works for me.
Listen, you want to
just wish somebody would help me.
Nothing's happening right for you. Just let us see your dog again, and then all is forgiven.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spike. Thank you, Spike.
You know, we probably ought to end this disaster before it began. Any parting words other than, screw California? Oh, here's my parting word. Gavin Newsom will not run for president, but AOC will. As a matter of fact, she's starting an exploratory committee right as we speak. Also, Candace Owens, Thomas Massey running for president together. What an idea. Who'd have thunk? But I say,
wait, what? Whoa. Are you just saying that flippantly, or is this real?
Candace Owens brought it up.
With Thomas Massey.
With Thomas Massey. I say AOC Thomas Massey ticket, 2028. That'd be fun. The president wrote a amicus brief to the Supreme Court talking about how it isn't fair that the Democrats absconded, and stole his election, and also harassed and harangued and impeached him twice on false premises that they made up, and that they're about to prove that it's made up. And he wrote an amicus brief to the Supreme Court asking if there's a remedy for that. Kim Commit said, when prophesizing that Donald Trump was going to get 2 terms, he said another 2 terms. And then he corrected himself and said 2 terms. But I'm here to tell you, it's prophetic word, that when a prophet says something and then corrects himself in the midstream because he realizes that's unconstitutional, you can't do that, usually the first is right, because God is always right. Another 2 terms.
Well, many of my friends believe that Trump was president all through the whole Biden thing. It had something to do with an insurrection act and something to do with this and that. And
well,
Trump
let's just say that was so
setting them all up all along to take this incredible fall.
The simplest answer is usually true. The election was stolen, but Donald Trump was not the president. Joe Biden and the auto pin was. So
on paper. But behind the scenes,
who was sitting in the? Well, no, who was sitting in the seat?
I've done shows.
I understand. I seen all that stuff too. We can argue about this next week on our show. But let me just point this out: Joe Biden was in the seat. The people around him had the power. Joe just got his pudding every day. It was fine. The people around him had the power. The military, your taxes, the destruction of our commerce, the destruction, the going after their political enemies. The apparatus of government was controlled by Joe Biden's people. I don't care. All that other stuff, bull crap. We sat through here going, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It never happened. That was called Patriot Mythology Insurgency. They were sent in to take over our side and cause you to be disillusioned because nothing's happening. The truth is that Joe Biden had control. Well, Joe Biden didn't have control of anything, not even his bowel movements. But the people around Joe Biden were in power. That's why they used the auto pin. Okay? Donald Trump was down at Mar-a-Lagoing, planning his comeback. That's the truth. It was stolen. It shouldn't have happened. But that's the truth. And anybody that tells you some grand conspiracy BS Barbara Streisand, then tell me why it didn't play out differently that Donald Trump had to win the election again.
That was part of the plan.
Oh, yeah, that's easy to say. Yeah, it's part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. It's a movie. No, it's not. It was part of God's plan because God had to put a placeholder in to get Trump prepared spiritually to come back. Robin Bullock, when asked in October of 2020 if Donald Trump would win, he said he will in a landslide. And the guy goes, really? He goes, except that a landslide takes a long time to dig out of.
Huh.
Think about that. Just ponder that for a little while.
Oh, it's way too philosophical. Forget that.
So I'm not buying. I mean, it's a shadow president. There was a shadow president. His name was Barack Hussein
Obama. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's part of, you got to understand. You got to understand. If all these people go around, Donald Trump was really in charge. Oh, yeah, he was working in the background to drain the swamp and all that other crap. No, because this seditious conspiracy thing that we're all about to get hit with, they stole the presidency. They occupied the White House illegally for 4 years in a seditious conspiracy. If Donald Trump was running it from the background, there was no seditious conspiracy. Therefore, no crime. So all the people that you want to get arrested aren't going to get arrested. Stop it. Let God do his thing. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. By the way, Tulsi Gabbard, they said that she's going to be on a rampage in the next 30 days because she's resigned. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because her husband's got some kind of cancer. And and I guess it's pretty bad. But they're saying the next 30 days, a bunch of people on her team are saying that she's going to spill all the beans in the next 30 days on the way out the door. With the Russian.
Oh, is it June? It's June 30th, I think.
June 30th.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for my president?
That's a good thing because it's all about the Russia. It's all about the fraud. It's all about the Social Security fraud. It's all about the payroll fraud. It's all about all the stuff that they have. Wait till you see what they have on Thomas Massey. I got a video of Patrick Ben-David talking about it. He said that the ODNI, somebody working for the ODNI just came out and said, it was Luna, Representative Luna, said that they have absolute proof that influencers are accepting foreign money to influence their political opinions on the internet and stuff. They have the goods. They have the receipts. That's what Luna said. So everybody's good. It's the Jews. No, it's not. It's Qatar. It's more than Qatar. It's the IRCG. If you are accepting money, podcaster, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, if you're accepting money from the IRCG while we're at war with them, what's that make you?
Treasonous.
I know we're going to end the show, but you got me off on this tangent.
Treasonous.
Yeah. So that's coming out.
I'm so disappointed and stunned at what's happening with journalists, podcasters, broadcasters who are supposed to be on the right, people that I actually liked and enjoyed their shows and became a fan of. Tucker Carlson. I never missed his show on Fox. I DVR'd it. I watched it every stinking week. Same with Steve Hilton, by the way.
I seen a meme that said in the top
every
part of the
day
meme,
I'm watching them.
Had ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, the Fox News, the whole works. It said, you no longer believe the people they bought and paid for. And then it had Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, all their ilk down the bottom, and Alex Jones and all them. It says, so they bought yours.
Yeah.
You don't believe their people anymore, so they bought yours.
Alex Jones is another one. I'm just stunned by the whole thing and disappointed, really disappointed, because they're saying things that are so blatantly. I hate the word Semitic, because that actually describes, that word is Arab, of Arabic descent, Semitic. I don't know why.
It's not Arabic descent. The word Semitic comes from Shem. It's descendants of Shem. Which would be
Noah's son, you mean?
Yeah, it would be the Arabs, because they're the descendants of Ishmael. But it would not be Iran, because they're Persians.
Right. Good point. But anyway, I don't know why Jewish people fall right in line with saying it's anti-Semitism. Why do you keep saying that, Jewish people? Why don't you call it what it is? You're a Jew hater. You hate Jewish people, and you can't even explain why for the most part. You got some kind of blinding rage that comes from the devil himself against God's chosen people. Even if they're not playing along and they're not being very good Jews, they're not really following God's law anymore, and they're doing these horrible things in Israel, and more homosexuals there per capita than California, and more porn coming out of there, and on and on and on. I hear all of it. That's not for me to judge and decide that I'm not going to support the nation of Israel. Well, it wasn't really the nation of Israel. It was started by the Rothschilds. It's not really God's Israel.
How do you know?
Okay, well, let's boil it down to this, Mike. Let's boil it down to this. The Temple Mount is in Jerusalem, right?
Last time I checked.
What was Solomon's temple built for God? Where was it built originally?
Well, supposedly right there on the Temple Mount.
And it was. That's where it was. Too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there's some
the temple before that.
That's where it was. I understand, but there may be some historical truth to that part right there. Actually, I mean, the location is right, but what's there now was actually built by the Romans after they destroyed the Second Temple, part of disgracing the Jews. And when they named it Palestine, but that's getting into the history. The point is, that's where the temple was.
Exactly.
That's where the temple was.
So if you're going to say, well, it wasn't really God that reestablished Israel, God makes things happen. God uses the ridiculousness of man and the stupidity of his own creation, the devil, who's far more brilliant than we are, by the way. Never forget that. Never discount that he is a perfect created being and amazingly brilliant when you think you're all that. And that's the devil I'm talking about. So we know who's going to win in the end. Read God's word, read Revelation. I already know how this thing's going to end. I read to the end of the chapter. But the point is, that is where Jerusalem is. That's where the Temple Mount is. That's where the temple was. That is Jerusalem. And the word tells us that there will be a new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven, right? There's going to be a new one. But in the meantime, a whole lot of really awful things are going to happen there, including the temple will be rebuilt and the frickin' Antichrist will rule from there for a while.
Yep.
And he's going to tear Christians a new one. We're going to be
and
going
the Jews
through.
Too.
Yeah.
And it's at that time. It's at that time. You see, right now, the Jews are living under a curse that they put on themselves. When Pontius Pilate said, put Jesus up there and said,
I'm washing my hands. It's on you.
I'm not going to do this. He said, I'm washing my hands. And they said, let this man's blood be on our children's children's children. That's a curse they put on themselves. And the Revelation says that until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled, we are living in the time of the Gentiles. That's us. So we're living in a time when Christianity is on the rise. But when the Antichrist comes, or around the time that the Antichrist comes, I don't know which order things are in. I let God worry about that, not me. But there is a time when all of Israel, God will soften their hearts and they'll accept Jesus Christ as the Messiah, and they will all en masse turn to God and repent. That day's coming. But here's the thing. Everybody gets upset about all this and freaks out about all this other stuff. Understand, the third temple has to be built. The third temple will not be anointed by God.
Right.
It has to be built.
Right.
It has to be built for things to happen. And here's the thing: when and how things happen are not my purview. I'm not God. Jesus said only the Father knows, not even the Son. Only the Father knows when that day comes. When the day comes, it'll come. If it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 10,000 years, not my problem. Not my problem. Well, my problem is to do the things that God has commanded me to do, that Jesus commanded us to do. What is that? Take care of the widows and the orphans, visit the people at prison, spread his gospel around the world and make disciples, and lay hands on people that they might be healed and delivered. That's not laying hands on your neighbor. That's not what I'm talking about. But they might be healed and delivered. That's what God has commanded. That's what Jesus has commanded us to do, right? So if you go do those things, when the groom comes for his bride and he finds you doing the things you're supposed to do with the oil in your lamp, prepared and ready for the wedding, he'll snatch you up and you'll go marry into the new kingdom, an eternity, or however that works. But if he does not find you doing what you're supposed to be doing, he'll lock the door. And when you pound on the door and say, "Let me in," he'll say, "I never knew you." So that's why
I don't even watch Stu Peters anymore. Stu Peters has definitely gone to the dark side when he started railing on Jews and Jewish people and Israel. And I was like, I know that in Scripture it says, "I will bless those who bless you. I will curse those who curse you." And people are incorrectly, I believe, see what you think about this, incorrectly saying, well, that was talking about Israel. No, it was talking to Abraham, right?
What are you talking about? The I'll curse you, or bless you, the bless you?
Yeah.
It's mentioned 4 times in the Bible in different places. I think I still have it up. Let me look.
Good, please do, because I'd love some clarification on this. But the point
so
being,
it's mentioned.
Me as a lowly
12.
Gentile, who, as Paul said, you're lucky to be grafted in. Don't take advantage of that. Don't get arrogant, because you could be taken right out again.
Yep.
So
Abraham,
just be happy that you are part of the chosen now through Christ Jesus, and we're all together again if we accept him as our Lord and Savior.
This turned into a really good show. So it's 12. It's Genesis 12, verse 3. I'll bless those that bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the people will be blessed through you. That's the Abraham one.
Who's he talking to?
He's talking to Abraham, but he's talking about his generations to come. This is Genesis 27, and this is Isaac blessing Jacob. Who's Jacob? Jacob changes his name to Israel. Verse 29 says, "Many nations serve you, and people bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and many sons of your mothers come and bow down to you. May those that curse you, may those that who curse you be cursed, and may those that bless you be blessed." There is there's Jacob being blessed by his father, passing the firstborn.
But Jacob. A lot of Christians say what they're talking about. He was talking about Israel. No.
Yes. Yes, this is exactly Israel. Jacob, God changes his name to Israel. This is Israel. Okay?
The person.
His sons.
Not the nation.
Son, no. Many nations will serve you. The peoples plural, will bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers. He only had one brother, by the way.
Apparently that he knew of.
Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I'm one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right? What does that mean? Be Lord over your brothers. We're grafted into the vine that is the vine of Christ, that is the seed of Abraham.
Yeah.
Right? We are brothers to Israel. Be Lord over your brothers. Oh my God, you're saying Israel's supposed to Lord. I'm not saying anything. The Bible says it. And many sons of your mother bow down to you. There's only two. May those that curse you be cursed, and may those that bless you be blessed. That's to Jacob, who becomes Israel. Okay.
Right.
But wait,
right.
there's more.
Okay.
This is the prophet Balaam, who was hired by the king. I don't remember which king, one of the kings on the other side of the Jordan, as Israel was coming up out of Egypt, and he hired Balaam to curse them. But Balaam could say only what God says. And in verse 9, he says, talking about Israel, the nation, the group of people walking around in the desert with Moses. Like a lion, they crouch and lie down. Like a lioness, who dares rouse them? May those who bless you be blessed, and those who curse you be cursed.
Okay,
that's
there
the
you go.
third time. That's
Thank
talking
you.
about the whole tribes.
Thank you.
All of them. There's a couple million of them there. But wait, I'm not done yet.
Okay, good. Bring more.
Because this is Deuteronomy, I can never say it, 30, starting at verse 7. The Lord, your God, will put all curses on your enemies who hate you and persecute you.
And he's talking to who?
This is the law of Moses, and Moses testifying to the people of Israel, talking about if you'll do what Israel wants you to do, if you circumcise your hearts and your descendants, so I'm reading the verse before, so that you may love him with all your heart and soul and mind and live, the Lord God will put these curses on your enemies who hate you and persecute you. It's not saying the exact same thing, but it's pretty close.
Okay. Thank you for this, because people who don't know the word as well as you do, and apparently I don't either, because I don't really put a lot of time into the Old Testament. Maybe it's time for me to start doing that. I've been concentrating on New Testament ever since I got saved when I was 31, because I'm like, that's where our salvation is.
I like the Old Testament more than I like the New Testament. Thank you. King Balak. That's the one. That was the king back in the day. It says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. This is Psalms 122. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. You could just stop right there. What are you supposed to do? Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you be secure. May there be peace within your walls. May those who love you, Jerusalem, may there be secure. May their peace be in your walls and security in your citadels. For the sake of my family and friends, I say, peace be with you. For the sake of the house of the Lord God, I seek your prosperity. Talking about Jerusalem.
Okay. This is great. I'm so glad I brought this up. I kept thinking, we should probably end. We've been on for like an hour and a half. I'm so glad I brought this up, because this has been bugging me. I got people hitting me up all the time. Text messages, emails, comments, stuff like that. Well, Charlie, you just don't understand. Israel is not what it's supposed to be, and they're not living God. They're not making God happy. So we're not supposed to support them. This is not the right Israel. This is was invented by the Rothschilds. They keep bringing that crap up over and over. Perhaps it was.
Use the Rothschilds?
Exactly. Thank you.
But here's the thing. Your condition makes no difference to God's opinion.
Right.
Now here's another one.
All I know is he's not saying be good to all the people of Israel, even if they're doing bad. No, he didn't get that detailed. It's just support it and pray for them. Pray
another
for
one.
Peace there. Pray for Jerusalem. Pray for peace in Jerusalem.
For
pray for those people. I pray for them to find the saving knowledge of Christ Jesus, that they would finally realize, oh, shoot, we got it wrong. That was the Messiah. I pray for that. I pray for their safety.
There are many Jews that have.
I've been there.
I met a guy that
valued my time there. I got to see I got so close with the Lord when I was there, just out. It was like about midnight, walking along the Sea of Galilee along the shore, and the enormity all of a sudden hit me that perhaps my Lord and Savior was walking right here at this very point. It drove me to my knees, and that's only happened twice in my life, where I was so overcome with emotion that it just drove me down.
Well, Aaron Cates wants a Patriot Mike Show tour of Israel when everything settles down. That's what he says. He'll be a tour guide. So
you'll be Aaron. You'll be our tour guide.
That's what he says. Yeah.
What he's saying?
Yeah.
Dude,
so let me give you the scripture. Let me give you the scripture. This is red letter. This is Matthew 5. This is Jesus talking. So you're like, well, Michael, that was in the Old Testament. It's done. The Old Testament's passed away. We got the new stuff. The perfect is gone. Blah. Jesus. Okay. You don't argue with Mike, because I'm going to read you Jesus's words. Okay. Red letter. That's what he says. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets.
Yeah.
I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen will by any means disappear from the law until everything is accomplished. Therefore, anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly, like to hate the Jews, will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Least you're getting in. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers that run around saying the Jews are evil of the law, I'm adding that part for emphasis. That's my words, not his. Of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. That last part, unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. If you're going around teaching things that's contrary to what the Bible says, not just a little one line, the synagogue of Satan, taken completely out of context where you don't know what you're talking about, but the entirety of the Bible, the verse 20 is yours, and you certainly will not enter the kingdom of heaven. Jesus said that. But Jesus wants everybody to be saved. Well, it says what it says.
I am so sick of hearing, especially out here in California, there's so many weak-kneed, milksop little, so as Paul himself called them, what was it? So-called Christians.
So-called Christians. Let me just
and
say
they
this.
say that crap all the
And
time.
we'll wrap
and
this
I'm
up.
like, are you? Listen, my Lord turned over tables. He
did more than
fashioned a
that.
whip out of putting a bunch of cords together and drove them out of there.
He called the Pharisees whitewashed tombs full of filthy
Full of
rags.
dead men's bones. He
And
called them
term-
sons of Satan.
And the
He
term
called-
filthy rags, I don't know if it was
I was
Greek or
talking
the
about
Aramaic.
minstrels, right?
Yeah. That's what he called them. So let me give you one more scripture, but first let me say this, okay?
Okay.
The people who believe that the Jews are evil have a tendency to be, what I have found, they believe in the flat earth. They are atheists in nature. If they claim to be Christian, they're of a Christian denomination that doesn't require anything. What do I mean by that? When I say this, let me preference. I know people who I'm thinking of one man right now in particular, the most godly man I've ever met in my life. Okay, it's a friend of mine. He's a Catholic. He's the most godly man I've ever met in life. But he chooses to be that. The Catholic Church allows you to exist as a Catholic Christian and not have to do anything. The Episcopalians, the Methodists, all of them allow you to carry the moniker, but none of the responsibility. So remember this.
As long as you keep tithing.
Yes. So
in the Mormon religion, it's called being a Jack Mormon, or at least that's what we non-Mormons
the
call them.
flat earthers
Keep paying and you'll be saved.
Anti-Jewers that hate Erica Kirk, the non-religious atheist, whatever the case may be, seem to be one big pile. Now, well, I believe this and that. No, I'm not a flat earther. Okay, fine. There's exceptions to the rule, but as a bundle, it seems to be a group, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing: you got to have the Holy Spirit for discernment. You got to have a Holy Spirit for the prick of the grieving of the Holy Spirit when these evil things are being said about the people that God has chosen. And you got to define God. You got to find chosen God's way, not your way. Because 220 times it says in the Old Testament regarding the children of Israel that thou will know that I am the Lord thy God. The reason they were chosen is so that God could introduce himself to the world. That's not necessarily a good thing. You don't want to be the object lesson. I'm just saying. So replacement theology. You want to go for that ride? You go for that ride, because I'm about to read the scripture that's going to tell you the ride you're going on. If your heart doesn't grieve for the evil of accusing your brother, Jesus said that you are to love your enemies. And if Israel is your enemy, you should love them.
Pray for those who persecute you. Oh, the Jews are responsible for all the bad in the world. Well, pray for those who persecute you, because that's the next thing he said.
Yep. And now here's the scripture, Ezekiel 9. Here's the scripture. If you don't grieve for the things that are being done, the things that are being said by these podcasters, by the way, we are in the season. This is what God said to me. We are in the season of finding out God's word, finding out what he meant when he said, curse those that curse you. Why did Thomas Massey lose? Curse those that curse you. You are living under a curse. Tucker Carlson, you're living under a curse. Candace Owens, you're living under a curse. Alex Jones, you're living under a curse. Watch what happens to these people. Stu Peters, I got to have more money. Living under a curse that you put on yourself. And this is your verse. This is the verse you need to pay attention to. Here it is, Ezekiel 9. And then I heard him call out with a loud voice, bring near the ones appointed to execute judgment on the city, each with a weapon in his hand. And I saw 6 men coming from the direction of the upper gate, which faces north, each with a deadly weapon in his hand. With them was a man clothed in linen, who had a writing kit at his side. They came and stood beside the bronze altar that's in the temple. Now the glory of God of Israel went up from the cherubim where it had been and moved into the threshold of the temple. By the way, the Lord leaves the temple at this point, further on in the story, and doesn't come back. Then the Lord called to the man clothed in linen, who had the writing kit at his side, and said to him, go throughout the city of Jerusalem and put a mark on the foreheads of those who grieve and lament over the detestable things that have been done in it, that are done in it. As I listened, he said to the others, follow him through the city and kill without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men and women, the mothers and children. Kids. But do not touch anyone who has the mark. Begin in my sanctuary. Another term is the church. So they begin with the old men who in front of the temple. They begin with the preachers. Then he said to them, defile the temples and fill the courts with the slain. Go. So they went out and began killing throughout the city. While they were killing, I was left alone, and I fell face down, crying out, alas, sovereign Lord, are you going to destroy the entire remnant of Israel in this outpouring of your wrath on Jerusalem? He answered me, the sin of the people of Israel and Judah is exceedingly great. God has prophesied through his modern prophets that the sin of the United States of America is exceedingly great. He's used the same words. And the land is full of bloodshed. How many aborted babies are there?
Oh,
there
my goodness.
12 or 13 murders on Sunday in Chicago. And the city is full of injustice. Are we not full of injustice in this country? Tina Peters, anyone?
Oh, yeah.
They say the Lord has forsaken the land. The Lord does not see. That is, Kim Clement has prophesied those words right there about America. So I will not look on them with pity or spare them. I will bring down on them, on their own heads, what they have done. Then the man in linen with the writing kit at his side brought back word saying, I have done as you commanded. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the season of judgment. God said that prior to this year, we were living in a season of grace to give the people that God is calling out of their sin to repent. But that season is over. The grace has ended, and now we are in a season of judgment. And the season of the fall is coming next. Make sure that you're right with God. Make sure you're grieving for the evils that done, that he marks you and dedicates you, puts the blood of the Lamb upon you, that you not receive the reward that God's about to pour out on us. There you go. That sums up the whole thing. We are in the season of I will curse those that curse you, and it could mean everything.
And how does that apply to the United States of America?
Well,
there. I'm going to wait. I'm going to bring that up next week. No, you're not going to be here next week.
I'll be here.
I'm not going to be here next week. Oh, that's right. I got put on orders. I'm going to be on post.
He's got to go play G.I. Joe in the woods.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Anyway, no, what I wanted to ask you, I'll keep going. I don't care. I'm just thinking about you. I know you do a show live every morning.
That's all right. I only sleep about 4 hours a night anyways.
Is that it?
Donald Trump.
I don't know how you do that. Anyway,
lots of good drugs.
You know HUI? You know what that HUI is?
No.
High universal income. Allegedly, supposedly, there's about to be some kind of great reset that's going to happen, and we're going to get the Fed's going away. Thank God. Should have never come in the first place. There's so many things that have happened and are happening, and I do believe it's all coming together to this. I think we are getting rid of the Fed, the Federal Reserve.
Thank God. But we're not getting a high universal income.
It's got to be back to the gold standard. There's got to be something backing up our currency. The gold itself is not worth enough right now to be able to successfully do that. But once it is back in the currency, value is going to shoot through the roof, isn't it? We've got to have that again. We got to get rid of this.
Write this down that we can have this conversation the next time we get together. But let me say this:
I want to have it now.
A high universal income is no income.
Okay, this is why I wanted to bring this up, because I also have friends, fellow podcasters, who are saying really silly things to me, because it sounds like this is no different than one world government, one world currency that they're talking about. That's what it sounds like to me. But they're going, no, this is different. These are the good guys doing this. Good guys for now. Who's going to be coming in office in 2 years, maybe 2.5 years? Good guys now. But this is exactly. It's taken away. You're not going to have any control over your money anymore. Cashless society. And it's all going to be good and right because Trump is going to do it right. But somebody else comes in, it'll be real easy to flip all that. Now they have total control over everything. You have no more cash in hand. You have no more viable way to purchase goods and services.
All of that
something
doesn't
that's
matter.
tangible and touching. You can touch it. You can hold it
and
with this high universal income. Wait, I'm not done with my rant. This high universal income is supposed to be some kind of, it's cryptocurrency. It's tied in with digital currency. It's going to be so good. I'm hearing fellow conservatives saying, no, this is going to be great. Everybody's going to love it. It's going to be so easy. You know what else people love? They love the idea of having something in their hand to where they can just hold it up without having to do it a credit card anymore. They love that idea too. It's going to be so easy. That's the word I hear them say. This high universal income thing. What the heck is that? How is it any different from your New World Order, one world currency? How is it any different?
It is all that, but let's pull it back from the conspiracy and let's go down to basic Austrian economic principles. Okay. If you give everybody a high universal income, it would be no income at all. Why? What do you mean? Well, let's just say that Elon Musk and the government decides that they're going to give everybody $100,000 a year, paid out weekly, $100,000 a year. Okay, whatever that works out to.
Inflation's going to go insane.
Well, immediately, too few goods chasing too many dollars, and the price will adjust accordingly. It doesn't matter. So what do they have to do to prevent that from happening? They'll have to put rationing and price controls. You see, here's how it works. So they come out and they say everybody gets $100,000. Everybody goes out, starts buying TVs and cars and everything. And Walmart, who's been discounting TVs because we're in a crashing market, all of a sudden your TV's now $25,000 instead of $300, right?
Yep.
Right? Your $100,000 doesn't go very far. So everybody cries, "Oh my God!" And Thomas Massey goes, "It's the Jews!" And he steps in there and says, "We need to fix the prices because the Jews are raising the prices too high. Can't sell TVs for 20. That's price gouging. You can only sell a TV for $500." Well, then people got $100,000. They go in and they buy up all the TVs, and there's no TVs, and they're selling them out in front of Walmart for $1,500 or $2,000, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Capitalism works every time.
Every time.
Marxism
one way or
does
another,
not.
someone will find a way to make money off of
price
it.
Controls, and people are going in and just buying them, by the bucket load, right? So they say, okay, you can't do that anymore. We're going to give everybody one TV a year. You're going to get a TV stamp in the mail from the government. Remember the old stamps back when there was rationing? You're going to get TV stamp, right?
No.
You could have
Apparently you're much older than me.
One TV. I've seen them at auctions. One TV per family of 4 per year. That's all you get. That's all you could buy. So they're price controlled at $500, but you can only get one. That's how it works. You see, communism only works when you can control the means of production, because let me back up a little bit, because what happens is now the TV guys, they've got to price their TVs at $500 because that's what they said. But the currencies collapse because everybody's got $100,000 of it, and they're going, blah, spin, spin, spin. The currency's collapsing now. So when they go buy their raw goods to make their TVs, it's costing them $1,500. They can't sell the TVs, so they go out of business and they lay everybody off. But it's okay because we got a high universal income that everybody's making $100,000. Why go to work anyway? And you go into the grocery store to get your allocated one TV, but there's no TV there because there's no manufacturers of TVs anymore. I mean, read the book Atlas Shrugged. So Marxism only works when you control the means of production and control the means of distribution and control the money. So what happens? The government steps in and says, you can't fire or lay those people off to make those TVs. You have to continue to make the TVs.
What's about to happen with AI in California? They're trying to pass a law saying you can't fire somebody even though AI is now doing the job of that employee. You're still paying.
Same thing. So the manufacturer says, look, I can't make the TV for $2,000 in parts and labor and sell it for $500. The government says, oh, that's okay. We're going to give you a higher income. We're going to subsidize you so that you can pay for it, right? The government's going to step in and subsidize it. And they're going to say, in order to subsidize you, though, that high universal income, we're going to have to tax 20% of it. So that's $20,000 right off the top per year, right? So now you don't have $100,000, you only have $80,000. And to pay for the subsidies to go in to make the TV so that you can get your allocation of your one TV a year for $500, right? And then they say to the employer, you can't fire people, but nobody shows back up to work because they're getting $100,000 a year. So they say, mandatory new law, you have to go to work at the TV station to get the $100,000 a year. And now what are you? You're a slave. That's how that works. That's why
nobody seems to be putting any kind of serious thought into this.
Because they don't know what I just said. In order to know what I just said, you have to understand the basic principles. And by the way, I'm basic principles of Austrian economics. In order to go through that scenario, you have to understand the basic principles of it. You have to listen to people like Walter E. Williams. You have to listen to people like Thomas Sowell. Milton Friedman. You have to listen to those people to understand the basic premises of Austrian economics, to walk through what I just said. And most of those podcasters, if I came on their show, they would never have heard what I just said. They just think, oh, everybody's going to get $100,000 a year. It'd be great. But that's not how it works. These are laws that it happens every single time. And TVs was just an example. It'll be eggs, it'll be bacon, it'll be milk, it'll be flour, it'll be bread, it'll be shoes, it'll be pants. That whole scenario will happen across the country until government mandates that you have to go to work on the plantation to provide. And there's your universal basic income.
And that's how communism began. That's how East Germany began.
Yep.
Speaking of Austrian, you said Austrian principles?
Austrian economics.
Okay, Austrian from Austria, obviously.
Well,
isn't that where at one point in their recent 20th century history, they were literally throwing money out the window, wheelbarrow full of cash, wouldn't even buy you some potatoes.
Yeah, that's because they went down. I think they actually did have a universal basic income back between the wars in Germany, but they went down the Weimar Republic. It went down the inflation road where they thought they could just inflate their way out of this. They can just print their money out of this. Here's a famous story from that time. A little old lady put all of her money in a basket, thousands upon thousands of dollars, Deutschmarks, in a basket. And she went to the grocery store to buy a can of tomatoes. She left the basket on the porch and went in to the grocery store to see if they still had the tomatoes, and when she came out, someone had stolen the basket, dumped out the money
because they wanted the basket.
But the money wasn't worth anything.
No, that's kind of my point. So unless you've got it backed by some kind of tangible, real thing, it's monopoly money. It's only worth as much as they tell you it's worth. This has got to go. The Fed's got to go. Please, President Trump, make that happen sooner than later. I'm going to trust that you're doing that because you said you were. So I'm going to believe that. It's got to go. Otherwise, we're on a train road or a train track to running off the cliff.
Here's your universal basic income in 2 notes.
There it is.
Those? You know what that is?
That's
let me do it this way.
African money, isn't it?
Can you read that? It's $5 billion and $1 billion. So it's $6 billion. I'm a billionaire. $6 billion Zimbabwe dollars, and with this,
Zimbabwe.
I don't think I could go to Starbucks. I don't think it's enough there. Yeah. That's what your universal income will look like.
Yeah.
When they start adding zeros upon zeros and commas upon commas to your denominations because they aren't worth anything.
And when you're doing digital currency, you're doing cryptocurrency, it's only worth as much as they say it is. Again, how is that any different than what we have now?
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's this they can say it's worth. This note they say is worth $1 billion. They say it's worth that. But when I go to give it to you for a Maserati, what are you going to say to me?
Get out.
Right. So they can say that cryptocurrency that's on your implant on your hand is worth X amount, but that doesn't mean somebody's going to exchange it for that. There's a saying. When the American dollar goes to zero against gold, what does that mean? That means that it gets to the point to where nobody will take your dollar for their gold because they value their gold more than your dollar.
Right. This has to happen. And this high universal income thing is a dismal, tragic, bad idea. That's one world government, new world order crap. I don't care if the good guys are the ones doing it. I've literally had another guy talking cryptocurrency with him, and he goes, "Yeah, but there's the good guys, cryptocurrency. Yeah, there's some bad ones, but this is the good guy one." Who's the good guy one? Doge currency? That was Elon Musk's. What happened to that? Just kind of went away, didn't it?
At the end of the day, with the cryptocurrency, what do you have? Those of you that listen to the Patriot Mike Show, you know what I say. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. There you go, right there. You know what that is?
It's kind of my point.
That's a Morgan silver dollar right there.
That's a Morgan?
That's a Morgan silver dollar. I think. No, that's a peace dollar. Sorry. I can't see very well. That's a peace dollar. I thought I had a Morgan in here, but I'm not seeing it.
Morgan is silver. The peace dollar, that's gold, isn't it? Look, gold.
Peace dollar is silver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The peace dollar is silver. But anyways, my point still remains. You got to have something tangible. It's real. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. So if you got the gazillion dollars in crypto sitting on the internet somewhere, and tomorrow we wake up and a solar flare goes and fries all the computers on the planet, what do you got? Nothing. But you know what I still got?
You ain't got nothing.
I've still got my $6 billion in Zimbabwe money, but I've also got some silver.
Well, you're doing better than me all the way around. I got a whole lot of nothing. Limping along with my little computer out here in California. It's bad. It's real bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's gotten so tough here to live here, and I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm one of those retired guys now, living on a fixed income. I'm that guy I always said I would never be, and here I am, one. But the Lord provides, always provides. But the fuel, as no matter how much it goes down in the rest of the country, California raises taxes on fuel. We already have the highest in the nation, and they set it up to where they can raise the taxes anytime they want. So let's say it goes down to $2 a gallon in the rest of the country out there in misery. It's $2 a gallon. They will raise the price even more here in California. Their objective is to drive you out of your fuel consuming vehicle. Their objective is, of course, to raise more money because they're stinking broke and the illegals aren't going to pay for their own health care. And it is also the whole climate change thing. That's the ultimate.
Which the United Nations
doing it to
just
protect
announced.
the world. We're doing it to protect the planet. Even though there's the zero emission vehicles that I see on there as they brag on their city vehicles and their county vehicles and their state vehicles, zero emissions vehicle, your tax dollars at work.
Yeah, until you go up to Utah where the power plant is, burning the coal to make the electricity to run that bus. That's a coal-powered bus.
Yeah, you're right. No, he's absolutely right. And Pacific Gas and Electric is not producing their own power anymore out here in California, in the northern half of the state. That's our power companies, Pacific Gas and Electric. SoCal is SoCal Edison, Southern California. But it's all the same. They're supposed to be private companies, actually publicly traded now, and but they're government controlled. They're government controlled.
Fascism.
It is fascism. It completely is. And good luck anybody trying to come in and start up their own municipal power district like Sacramento did with SMUD. Great. East Bay Mud is another one in the Bay Area. Fantastic. And they're doing great work aside and away from Pacific Gas and Electric. But you're not going to start up another municipal power in anywhere. They will regulate you right out of business.
Yep.
That's what the state of California does. They want total control because they're freaking communists. They're communists running the state. And I can't even afford to live in my own state anymore. It's gotten
you need to
so
move.
bad.
God's country.
Gasoline is now over $6 a gallon. And that's just in my little old area in NorCal. Other places, Bay Area, Los Angeles, it's freaking $8 or more per gallon.
You move out to this neck of the woods and you can afford to live.
Yeah.
You can be comfortable. You can carry a gun everywhere you go. And if you move out to East St. Louis, you'll feel just at home. It's like Compton.
Well, there you go. But the point is, even if President Trump makes the whole nation humming along just perfectly and beautifully, California will get up every time because that's what they do. They want to set the standard, as Biden said. California is the model of how the United States should be.
Let me write this down that we talk about this further on the next show. But let me just point something out to everybody. The same thing as universal basic income or universal high income or whatever they're calling it this week.
High universal income
is the Patriot mythology insurgency prophecy of free energy. There has never been and there will never be free energy. Even if we could build the Tesla coils to produce free electricity from the atmosphere, who's building the coil? Who's installing the coil? Who's maintaining the coil? There's still a cost unless government forces you to do it, and then you're a slave. So if we are a free society, then the guy installing the Tesla coil and building the Tesla coil has to get paid. So there's never going to be free, no matter 0 point energy. There's never going to be free because somebody has to make it unless they're your slaves. And even then you have to feed them.
Hydroelectric power is beautiful too. You literally have these turbines and you build dams and the water flow comes through and makes those turbines go. It creates tremendous amounts of energy. Well, Governor Hairdo has dismantled and destroyed 4 of those dams in Northern California.
Well, you come out here.
Nobody talks about it, Mike. Nobody talks about the fact that he destroyed 4 dams, had them dismantled, and it was all to protect the river and the salmon. And
it's wonderful.
And to make the native population happy. That's what that was all about. This is what they're doing.
Come out here, and we got the Lake of the Ozarks, which has a dam that makes electricity, and right atop of the Lake of the Ozark, upriver from it, you've got Truman Lake, which has a dam which makes electricity, and some of the best fishing and boating in the world right there. The Lake of the Ozarks. That's where they got the Party Cove.
I know, but listen. Family things are keeping me here in California, at least for now. Family obligations. I can't leave.
To move to.
Otherwise, I think I think I'm already convinced that is where I want to go. But I don't want to say anything because I don't want other Californians to find out and come out too, because we ruin everything we touch.
They move out here and then they stay for 2 or 3 years and then they leave because there's no.
We ruined Idaho. We're ruining Montana. We've ruined Oregon. We've ruined Washington. We ruin everything we touch. We're ruining or have ruined Arizona. It's bad. We've ruined Nevada. All of Texas.
They move out here to Missouri, and then they leave because when they move out here to Missouri, there's nothing but a bunch of cows and there's no shopping mall. And where's the nearest Tesla store? And why won't my Tesla go down
that's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. So I'll fit right in. But the point is though that there's many of us out here like me who love the Lord, are Bible believing, Christ Jesus following Christians who are oppressed and kicked down and targeted, having things taken away, as I talked earlier about what they've done with Facebook. That's Silicon Valley. That's Northern California. That's the San Francisco Bay Area. But there's many of us, especially in Northern California, good patriots, and still want to work and still want to actually earn a living for themselves and not sit back and have things given to them. So when I hear my own fellow conservatives going on and on about how great HUI will be, which you're an Army guy, we turn everything into an acronym, don't we now?
Mm-hmm.
HUI, H-U-I, high universal income. That's a bunch of hooey.
Yeah, well,
but they're telling me and my fellow conservatives, no, it's going to be great and you're going to love it.
Yep. It's the Nasera Jacera BS.
It sounds very demonic and downright satanic to me.
You'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
That's it. That's exactly what that is. How is that any different?
There isn't.
How's that any different?
There isn't.
Oh, they're going to erase all credit card debt. Go ahead and go out and buy expensive things now because all debt's going to go away.
Yep. And I know some people personally who ran up all of their credit cards here several years ago. I mean, took out a second mortgage on the house, did all kinds of crazy, stupid stuff because Nasera Jacera were coming. I said, I'm not doing that. Well, you could, blah, 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 blah. I'm not greedy. Number one, that's pure greed. And number two, that isn't what you think it is. That is Marxism. There is no utopia.
Thank you.
It doesn't exist. Not until that city that city you was talking about, 1,500 miles wide, 1,500 miles tall, and all that with the gates of pearl and all the gemstones and stuff. Till that comes down out of the heavens and lands on the ground there in the New Jerusalem, there will be no utopia.
Nope. Can't wait. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep trying to work. I'm going to keep trying to survive, and I'm going to keep trusting in the Lord. And I pray you do the same and start reading the Bible.
Yeah.
Chapter a day keeps false teachers.
Here, I'll throw this one out, and then we'll end the show. You probably won't be in the New Jerusalem. Anyways, moving on. It's only for,
Who said that? Somebody say that in the chat room?
No, you probably won't be in the New Jerusalem.
Who won't? Me?
The 1,000-year reign. More than likely, you will not be there. It's in the Bible.
When Jesus comes back
for the 1,000-year reign.
Yeah. And where are we going to be? Where are we going to be when he calls us out?
Well, it calls who out?
Us.
This is another topic for another show. Go read Revelation. Read Revelation. It specifically says, you missed it. It specifically says who will reign for 1,000 years with Christ. Specific people. Specific selection of people. And you need to go see who that is. It's not all Christians. Some Christians won't make it. In fact, majority of Christians won't make that particular one. They will be there at the end when there's a new heaven and a new earth. But that's not what my Baptist Sunday school teacher taught me.
You're right.
Read the Bible.
I have
the Bible. We'll read it with that in
mind.
When
this whole pre-trib rapture thing. What are you high?
Exactly who is going to be there. And then when you read that, go, oh, I read that just a couple verses earlier. And then go back and read those verses that you just read, because you'll understand what I'm talking about. But we'll talk about it at the next. Well, I'll read you the scriptures on the next show that we're together. How about that?
Okay, all right.
The final words. We've been here too long.
We didn't do our commercial.
Oh, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Here, let me just tell you the truth.
You've got plenty of money. You're rolling in cash, but I could sure use the help. And there's an American-made product, a company featuring American-made products with natural ingredients. NuevaLife.com. And if you go to if you use my name as a promo code, you can get yourself a little discount, or Mike, whatever. This QR code will take you right there to the one for me. But what do you got to lose? Check it out. Great stuff for your health, your mind, your body, your energy, your skin. Just check out what they have there at Nueva Life. New Life, Nueva, NuevaLife.com.
Now let's talk about for real. Let's talk about the product. What you want to go try. You click on that link. You go over here and you try the Snow Slim. You know, he's trying to get his face in it because he's got to have his face because he's a camera whore. But go get yourself some Snow Slim. Okay, I started taking this product about October when they came out with it. I was 315 pounds. I weighed in the other day just below 265. I took this product right here. A spoonful a day will chase your belly fat away. It's the chocolate sauce that makes your pants fall off. It has some secret highfalutin ingredients in it that work. 95+% of the people who took this product lost weight over 3 months. So give it a 3-month try. Give it a 3 months try, a spoonful a day. And it's summertime. You want to get in those bikinis, right? Am I right? I mean, I don't, but you probably do. This will do it for you. And don't tell me, oh yeah, but I got you. Some of you are spending thousands of dollars getting an injection and all bunch of side effects. This is just regular stuff. Blood orange extract. It's just regular stuff. And it tastes like chocolate sauce that you put on your ice cream. Literally tastes like chocolate ice cream topping. Although I don't recommend that if you're trying to lose weight.
Good point.
But I'm serious. Just one product. Give it a try. If it works for you, try some of the others. So hit the link right up there.
Yeah.
And that'll take you through there. PatriotMikeShow@gmail.com if you have any questions. And let me know that you saw it on the Charlie and Mike show so I can make sure Charlie gets the credit. Okay?
Appreciate it very much.
Out. If you're not already one of my customers and you've been thinking about it, maybe you're watching my show, give Charlie, go sign up with Charlie. Go get over there and buy the product. You don't have to sign up for anything. They want to know how you're going to pay for it.
You don't have to, but you can if you want to, though. You can join us. You could be part of our team or Mike's team.
Go give Charlie, if you haven't already bought the product. Let me tell you, I have like 65 regular customers now. So I have a lot of people buying from me. You should too. Don't miss out. But buy it from Charlie. It helps me too. Don't worry about it.
NuevaLife.com/Charlie Simons. Got to put my whole name in here. It's CharleeSimons. NuevaLife.com/Charlie Simons. And thank you so much. Please share these shows. Please like wherever you're watching or following. If you can follow our channels wherever you're watching. If you haven't already, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Doesn't cost you any money. It just sounds like it. And Rumble especially. If you can follow his channel and my channel, we'd appreciate it. I like your idea, though, of starting a channel just for this show, Mike. I do.
Yeah, we probably need to do that. We'll think about it. All right. So with that, we'll catch you all later. We'll see you. I don't know. Charlie may not be with us next week because he's got to go play G.I. Joe. And so I might have a guest host or it might just be me. We'll see whatever we do. We will be here. You guys have a great day. We're out of here.
Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. booth. We stand strong, we hold the line, won't shut up, not this time. Hands on heart, eyes up high, we were made to testify. Charlie and Mike, Charlie and Mike, God and country, we stand right. Truth on fire, we won't hide. USA, USA, side by side. Let them hear us clear and loud. One small voice can move a crowd. Charlie and Mike, Charlie and Mike, God and country, we stand right. Truth on fire, we won't hide. USA, USA, side by side.